Day has now turned to dusk on Morndas, the second of First Seed. You have all spent the past weeks preparing yourselves to re-enter the Creation War stage alongside your allies here in Athenian. Some of you acquired or created additional gear for your respective arsenals, others pursued knowledge, or even just time to enjoy your friends' company. And all of you have by this point trained with the units of fighters that you'll be commanding in the coming conflict. And we can go to that screen in a minute. Tomorrow morning, Tyrdas the Third, you and the forces will march northward alongside ex-Queen Elia Durkett to free the United Kin Army's captured soldiers imprisoned at Myrcenia. A planned pincer attack between your units, as well as the units already stationed throughout Creatia, will apply pressure to the Durastian-occupied city, intending to hold the attention of siege defenders at the walls while you, Five, the Forsaken Winds, sneak into the depths of the city via a mine tunnel to free your imprisoned allies. Should you rescue them, arm them, and sabotage the city's gates from the inside, victory at Myrcenia should be attainable. For now, a final night's banquet feast has been provided in the great halls of House Nimberthill's own Nightlamp Palace. Hundreds of elven comrades fill the space with songs and tales and merriment. Morale is high, as everyone here is very driven to set out at first light on this northern march to free your allies. What are you all doing this final night before you set out? You don't necessarily have to be here at the banquet hall if your attention calls you elsewhere, but these are essentially going to be the final moments you all have in Athenian for maybe quite some time. Are there any final conversations or minor business items you want to have resolved recently in the past couple days? Looks like Toby's got something.
Yeah, so I'm doing a nice little hike jog back from the Alelo ruins currently.
Yes, that is true, yes.
So I will probably miss all the merriment, and I just want to try and see if I can stop by.
Well, that could have happened a couple days ago. I don't think that was on the final day necessarily,
I think it was
but
second to last day.
Yeah, but you do have to make that trek back. Hopefully somewhat amused, even if definitely inconvenienced. But yeah, when you get back, what items of business might you want to attend to before the final night?
I am going to get these diamonds and this piece of Alexandrite appraised by, I believe Telperion told me his name was Emmerich.
Indeedy dandy. You can go ahead and go to Emmerich, and he will make an appraisal, which actually is a dice roll. And he does have expertise with these tools.
That's my shady merchant friend.
With a 20, he feels fairly confident in his ability to appraise these relatively accurately. It looks like the 5 identical diamonds are about 250 gold pieces each. The Alexandrite gem is about 800 gold pieces. And that was it. The Black Pearl, I think, was Rome has that one currently. Is that right? Okay.
And then if he has any smaller, like 50 gold diamonds, or any larger, like 500 gold diamonds, I'd be interested in exchanging and paying for some of those.
He is willing to. He has his eye on the Alexandrite. You had him appraise, and he could offer you a diamond roughly similar in value to that if you're interested. Otherwise, he does have a couple smaller diamonds for sale. Absolutely.
I'll do that larger diamond, and then if he can throw in a 50 gold piece diamond or so, and if I need to make up extra, I'm willing to do so.
Go ahead and make a general persuasion check, as he's one who enjoys the competition of haggling.
I'm good at these.
With a 16, you absolutely can trade the Alexandrite for a diamond that's worth 800 gold, as well as an additional 50 gold worth diamond.
Thank you, sir. That's all I got.
Okay. And then you're welcome to engage in sort of any current RP you want to as the banquet hall final night commences, but general merriment and interest discussion of the next coming weeks of the march that it will take. It will take about a week and a half to march out of the forest and toward Mersenia as the bulk of the army. So it's quite an ordeal for the army to venture forward in that way. So that's very prevalent in the discussion. But does anyone else have anything on their mind that they want to tackle or do?
Uh, I don't think there's anything in particular I'm trying to do. I think that Minerva and I would just be vibing together, kind of enjoying each other's company in a low stakes way. Um, and I don't think we need to RP it. I don't have anything in particular to say, but I am curious if she's going with us.
She is not intending to journey with the army. She needs to stay here in Athenian to assist the Aranil, who will also not be joining. But Elia Durkett will have her own attendance at her side and is planning to venture northward with you all. Minerva will also be interested in showing you something. But what did you have on your mind?
Minerva, will you do me a favor? I don't want to ask Toby to do this, but will you relay this message to my good friend Kinsala for me?
Of course. What do you have in mind?
I want to just relay something like this to him. Don't know what you've heard. Safe in Athenian, heading out soon. Thinking of you, and would love to see you sometime.
Very well. Brother, I don't know if you know this. Sending is a rather elevated level of magic. Are you willing to cover the cost of the components involved?
I've watched Toby do this spell.
Damn it, I was worried about that. Very well, I'll send the message. And you see her not write in her book, as that is the custom way she sends you a message once per day, but otherwise she will mutter a phrase and then under her breath begin to relay the message. And she will wait for a couple moments, and then she will turn to you with a sort of somewhat sort of not saddened, but just like he sends his best, but he's unable to accompany the Auracor reinforcements since he's himself apparently leading the United Kin Army's eastern front from reinforcing For's Hollow in the eastern territories like Olandris and Senec. He's eager to meet us all at Ostennis.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? Consalo, he's leading it with. Who would he be leading?
Helping to lead it, but certainly High Commander Rillis and the bulk of the Auracor forces are up in Creatia and have reinforced Athros and other creation settlements to the southeast of that territory. But there's a number of Auracor that have been traveling back and forth throughout the forest, and he is apparently maybe rising in the ranks as someone commanding some serious soldiers.
Well, thank you for that.
Of course, brother. Shame I couldn't squeak out a component or two from you.
Well, actually, I would buy some ink off of you before I go. It's all right.
I could have that arranged. How much do you need?
Oh, and I'll have to check. I want to be able to, if like maybe 3 spells worth of level 1, which would be like 150 of ink. I think roughly.
I think I can scrounge that up for you.
And I'll check my tome.
Very well.
But you wanted to show me something.
Oh yes. Look what I've done to my tome. And she pulls out her own wizard's book and she opens it and flips back to the very final page, or really the inside of the back book cover, which she has adorned in a beautifully intricately etched. It's like a silvered plate that has been mirrored, and around the border is etched in Elven, a ritual chant. Who do you think is nearby to your friend Tobirama right now? Who do you think, whose company does he keep closest these days?
I suppose he's been hanging out a lot with Jiri ever since Jiri's mind was frazzled.
Very well. I'll try Jiri then. Jiri, are you hanging out with Toby right now? Or are you? What's your whereabouts right now during banquet hall festivities?
Sure, I'll be hanging out with Toby. Why not?
Okay. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
That's a great yes and.
Eek. 9.
As Minerva chants and casts her magic of scrying, you see this shimmer take over this mirrored silvered page in the back of her book. And then she smiles with excitement as she shows it to you. And although a picture is starting to come into being, it's fuzzied and obscured. I'm actually excited this happened. I've been trying to pick out individuals of yours, your party, or other Selethar Toby might be hanging out with. It would appear I'm honing in on my understanding of the Divinor medallion he carries.
Yes.
It seems that it prevents scrying entirely from the one wearing it and attuned to it. I have not been able to even target him with this magic. But it would also seem that it affords a benefit to those within 5 feet or so of him. Those within 10 feet or so can be targeted as usual. And I don't know if this is a capability of Divinor in general, or just the medallion's unique nature, or perhaps a quantity of Divinor is relevant to the amount of radius it might project of proof against detection. But I was excited to let you know of a minor bit of knowledge I've been working on.
That can be very handy, especially if I message you through my tome and you get the message, and I could tell you to scry on us at a key moment. You might be able to see or hear something important.
Indeed,
Relay
just
it.
make sure you're not too close to your friend Toby, or I won't be able to see much.
Mhm.
Very well.
Nice spell work.
Thank you, thank you. I'm rather pleased with the final product of this mirrored leaf. I think it should be suitable for me. Anyway. And then otherwise, you guys can continue pleasantries, festivities, whatever you like. Who else has anything on their minds this final day?
No RP stuff, but more I will remind the group that during our last strategic conversation, we were told we needed a bit of a flashy victory at Mersenia. So not just going through the motions, routing them like we're used to, but try and think of ways you might be able to add a little bit of flair to however we do this. Think of like a victory phrase or something you might want to shout to empower the troops.
Jerry, you have a list of those, don't you?
I do, but part of the problem is we've got new armies that we're dealing with. We've never been without the Nor mercenaries. Or who else are we missing? Is that it?
And as well as the Terracor, and you only have 1 unit of Oracor. So actually, as this conversation's taking place, we can move over to here for unit selection to get an idea of, yeah, it's a little, some of you might be a little out of your depth in using units you're not necessarily experienced with.
The fauna followers will unite us. It's just gonna have to happen.
I don't know how to lead elves.
But you speak Elvish.
Yeah, but they're gonna know I'm a fraud.
I think you fooled us for a long time.
I fooled myself too, Talperion.
That's the power you have. The elves
Mm.
like you too, by the way. Remember your performance?
No, which one? I've had so many.
The one here that we helped you with for the elves. They loved it. They crave something exotic, Jerry. And
You don't
can
need to
give
be an
them
elf
that.
to lead elves.
I guess that's true.
You will need to find your confidence, Jiri. We need to be a beacon that the troops can rally behind. Even if we struggle internally, we must put on a front for their sake.
Oh, act confident. I got it. I can do that. I'll pretend to be confident.
As you guys are continuing to talk and discuss, a Selethar ranger kind of walks into the hall a little flustered and identifies your group. Rome, are you sitting amidst your allies right now?
Yes.
He sort of awkwardly approaches you and says, apologies, Forsaken Winds. I don't mean to interrupt you on the night before your march. Mytheline, an awakened tree has just attempted to enter our mythals. It claims to be seeking you and has been traveling for a number of days. Is this at all familiar to you? Does this sound like something you're aware of?
Yes, Wild Sage Blossom needs to be allowed to enter immediately.
Wild Sage Blossom.
Mhm.
Very well. Is this a friend of yours?
A friend, yes. A friend,
Like
but
a
also
son.
a colleague.
Colleague. Yes.
It's a colleague.
He works with
You
us.
say colleague at the same time as a child.
It's a coworker.
It's a coworker. He's
Very
fought
well.
for
Well,
us.
we will lead it into the boundaries of the mythals then, and allow it shelter within our forests.
Excellent. Yes, care for him as you would for us. He's very important.
Very well. At your leave.
Wait, can you send him a message?
I can perhaps have one delivered. Does he understand Elvish or Common?
I hope so.
Make
That's
sure
how
you-
I've been speaking to him.
Make sure you bring him water. He's gonna need lots of water.
Tell him he's better be ready for battle. He's gonna be
Very
on the
well.
march again.
Very well. We can accommodate whatever Wild Sage Blossom's needs might be.
Tell him get those tree chops ready. I'm gonna want to sleep in them tonight.
He's worth telling all this to, but not us going to greet him ourselves.
No,
Well,
we're busy right now.
Pardon, Prince. He's still a number of miles north of the city. It's just within the he has approached the boundaries that the mythals usually turn away foreign creatures, but it gathered the notice of the Selethar scouts.
The parent obviously we're gonna go visit him when he shows up.
I run outside. I go and tree walk to Wild Sage Blossom.
Okay, I have looked this up.
Oh,
As a note, that will be I think a precedent for all future interactions of this type. For transport via plants, you have to target, and for the not the destination, but the target you walk through has to be an inanimate tree. But it doesn't say anything about that for the destination. So I think you guys can always teleport to
Yes!
Wild Sage Blossom, but you cannot go through Wild Sage Blossom to go anywhere you want.
That's
That's
Every
fair.
now and then, the Wild Sage Blossom is just gonna like vomit 6 of us up.
His like
Yes.
mouth opens like wide.
oh, so we can go in. We can come out of him, but we can't go
Yeah,
in.
he is a destination you can fast travel to, but you can't like go to him to then fast travel elsewhere.
Holy shit!
Incredible.
Yeah, so you guys can always travel to Wild Sage
Oh
Blossom.
shit, we could like
when you
send
want.
him forward and then like
Mm-hmm.
oh
Trojan
my
horse
God.
style.
We
I
just have to
thought-
make sure that he
Style,
doesn't get
I
like
well, my original thought was how to use him was because he can turn into a tree. Like he can just like turn into a regular tree, and that's how I thought we were gonna have to use him. Is he could walk somewhere, turn into a tree, and then we can hop out of him.
I think he can just do that anyway, and I think even if he turned into a tree, he's still a sentient being to some degree, but it still allows for that. You just can't, per rules, and maybe we can play loose with it, but you can't just enter him, but you can emerge from him.
Please don't say enter him.
Yeah, apologies for sure.
Oh.
Yep.
Look at that. Toby's learning about consent.
Yep.
We must
Okay.
ask Wild Sage Blossom if this is allowed first.
Yep.
We like knock on the inside of the trunk. Blossom here.
Alrighty. Everyone feels good on their unit selection.
What do these elves do? What is?
Yeah, so elves,
Footed?
since Toby and Jiri will be commanding a unit they haven't commanded before, your
Yeah.
passive is fleet-footed, which means you can cross difficult terrain without any penalty. Your special bonus action is
right.
cloaking, which
Fuck.
is just a bonus action hide, and then burden is on the commander to try and the opposing commander to try and perceive you.
Gotcha.
So 3 of our 5 troops are just gonna be. Don't look at me.
Potentially.
We also should be aware
Dark elves.
of who is harmed. Like if Roulette is taking damage in the skies,
Needing to
we should
not
not
be
do
cloaking.
that.
Yeah.
Correct. And also that will have to do more with proximity and which of us is hurting. But Jiri, you've been with the Noras. They're great. They're very spirited. But like these are gonna be real soldiers. It's like going from a rusty dagger to a gleaming sword. You're gonna feel so powerful. Trying to talk Jiri up about the elves, knowing it might not work.
Yeah, I guess. It's like going from a trusty sword that you can always rely on to like, I don't know, something made out of elvish materials that's not as fun or cool.
Like your sword's elvish material now. It's got a tiny bit of it.
Oh, don't tell me that. You just made it lamer. My sword used to be so cool.
Jiri, I've been teaching you elvish fighting styles.
No, now I don't want to learn them anymore. You're making this worse. I feel like we should just leave it as is.
You're making me feel worse. It's just a
Good.
fight.
Good. Use that anger in battle.
All of a sudden, are you guys still in the banquet hall, or did we fast travel to Wild Sage Blossom?
No, we did not do that.
We did not do that.
No.
Okay, well, Wild Sage Blossom will be collected and brought here to this location by Selethar scouts. But within the banquet hall, as the hours continue and mead and wine are flowing and everyone's having a good time, there's kind of a moment where you feel a ripple effect sort of just coast throughout the crowd, and there's like a very clear indicator of direction. And as you sort of follow their gaze, you see that Aranel Tenufail Loonsong herself has just entered. And she looks across the floor, identifies your party, and slowly makes her way toward you all and says, "Prince Loonsong, may I have you for a minute?" "Very well. Come with me for just a moment." And she will lead you just outside the banquet hall and offer you some words of advice or suggestion. She suggests that you or one of your allies that you think is appropriate, she suggests you might say a few words. Morale is high, as all of your presence here after escaping imprisonment at the hand of the Talon, but also with such diligent preparation and training the past weeks by the Selethar forces, they're very motivated to free their friends, their family, and their general, which is good. But this community of people is helping an additional community that's not our own is new to us. And these warriors will be susceptible to shifts in morale if the plan for Mersenia fails. They'll look to you and your group as ambassadors for a new way of life. You do well to reinforce their drive and dedication before it has a chance to waver. Whether this opportunity presents itself tonight or on the road, she thinks one of you should carve out some time in the march before you arrive at the destination to address the troops. So, whether it is yourself or someone you discern should do it, is a sort of a task you've been given by the Aranel.
Thank you for the advice. We'll certainly act on that.
Indeed. And then she will allow you to return to your friends, and she will see to other matters.
She's not leaving, right?
She is not going toward the banquet hall. She's retiring to some other chamber.
Oh, I meant like she's staying in Athenian.
Correct.
Before she goes, I'll just look at her and I'll think to her. I will keep myself safe and put all my power to seeing him return.
She simply smiles and nods. And then continues her way.
I
Yeah.
am gonna come up to the group. I'm gonna look to Rome. I'm gonna say, Bravura, got a task for you.
And what might that be?
My mother just gave me some advice, and I don't think the tactician speaking to the crowds will be all that inspiring, but your rank here is to inspire as well as frustrate. So at some point, would you, not tonight probably, I want you to have a minute to think about it, or a few days even, but I would ask that you speak to the ranks before we engage. I think that if you look carefully, the loss of my father is a wound deep to all of them, and something much more consequential than has happened to our people. So they may need reminding of why reaching out is better than closing up.
I can certainly do that. I'll rally the troops.
And Rome, one thing we could do, maybe like if we get like a rallying call or something short, sweet. I don't know, something yelling and hyped up.
Yeah, let me get him hyped up.
Jerry, I think we really are going to need your help with that.
Oh man, let's brainstorm some ideas.
So some full win.
No, don't use our name. We don't need to. This is not us for us. This is for them.
I know. I was in the middle of a sentence. Some full win. Unite. You have this creativity in our group, but we need it for all of the United Kin Army. Right.
Unite.
Go with that one.
Not just like slaughter the humans, even though that's kind of the goal.
Exterminate the humans.
Kobe and Roulette kind of awkwardly look at each other.
Not you two. You guys are cool.
I've cast tongues on myself, and so I'm trying to play it off by speaking Elven.
I just breathe lightning really quick.
Honestly, it's the King Zavald's nightmare.
As you all continue to engage and discuss, Roulette, you feel a gentle hand on your shoulder trying to gather your attention. And at your attention, you see that it is Kari, the Dusk of the Queen, who has now entered the banquet hall and says, Lady Tinkerton, your presence is requested across the hall in the small study just inside the interior throne room.
Of course. I will put down my extra large mug of ale, and follow Kari.
She will wordlessly escort you about a 45-second jaunt over to the room she has intended, and then opens the door, and within you see Queen Elia Durkett there. She says, "Thank you, Kari. Allow us a moment." And Kari will stand outside the door, allow you to walk in, and will otherwise stand outside the room.
You're the first one alone with the queen.
What'd you say?
You're the first one of us alone with the queen.
I know, and I'm
Murder.
I'm going to stay. I'm trying to see what spells I have prepared, but I am just going to stay standing.
What spell I have prepared?
At like a parade rest sort of thing, knowing that I'm in front of the queen. Your Highness, is there something I can help you with?
Please, no formalities necessary. I'm no queen right now. But I wanted to speak to you for a moment on a couple matters. I've enjoyed our brief interactions as you've looked for my insights into the infernal language, as I've assisted the translation of the notes you found in Moira's study. And I wanted to speak to you for a moment, as it has been made clear to me that it is no other than your own inventions, repurposed by those in Ostenis, that now stalk the streets as enemies to our people. I was wondering what insights you might avail us of their capabilities.
I am already flipping through my book. I have, as the most likely to write it down award winner, I have an additional copy of the notes, because the last time before we left for whatever city we just were going to, I had handed a list of notes to someone, or I forget where it was. I had already handed out a list of notes to everyone, all the important people. So I will pull out that extra copy that I have. I got up close and personal with at least one or two of them. They're effective. A bit shoddily made. Nowhere near the original that I created and worked with. They pack quite a fiery punch, but you get a good couple hits right in the center of the thing, and it'll explode. One of the things, and I'll be like writing this down as I'm talking to her. You kind of want to group them together. You set one off, you set a couple of them off, kind of chain reaction sort of thing. So let's keep them grouped and don't let them spread out too far.
So in essence, their forces are walking alongside infernal bombs, so to speak. This is useful. And don't misunderstand me. I do not judge your innovation being misplaced by the wrong hands. In fact, quite the opposite. I am quite reminded of a certain time when your own construction and yourself risked their lives in my defense at Prison Palace, shortly after I met you all. I am interested in perhaps gathering your services on a more infrastructural scale once we take back our home.
Of course, anything to help, the protection of Ostenis. Once, as you said, once we take it back, I'd be more than happy to lend my assistance in any way you require.
I'm happy to hear it. I also recall once upon a time availing you all of a simple writ that would indicate my grace and my protection or a favor.
I reach into my breast pocket and I take it out, because I have kept this on my breast pocket the entire time, and I take it out.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, Queen's writ.
I am delighted to see you carry it so close to your hand's reach, but do know that you will no longer need such a writ. You are permanently under my good graces, regardless of the outcome of the challenges ahead.
I appreciate that.
You all
Don't
have
judge.
earned my eternal debt.
I will still hold on to this if you don't mind, though.
You are welcome to it. One other item that I believe you might also be currently in possession of, something small that you're holding on to, that I understand you're holding on to. Magnus has been rather anxious to reacquire something he left behind in the chaos of Elandris when he was under the guise of the Claw of the Court Nazim Jaren. Might you have his red plume quill on your being?
I don't think I have it. Because I don't think it's in the bag. I think someone else took it. I don't remember if it's in the bag or not, truthfully. Um, I do remember that the very specific thing you're talking about, the one that I'd say saved our collective asses and helped us take down the Talon. Let me. I don't have it personally on me at this moment. Let me check with my friends. Is this something Magnus is looking to reclaim as part of his arsenal?
He is rather attached to it.
I imagine he would be. It's quite
But
useful.
if you make a compelling case for it being misplaced or better served in your arsenal, I could be persuaded. But we'll see how you frame that particular argument.
I will give the most glaring of winks and understood, Your Highness. I'll chat with the party, see if we can find it wherever it might be.
Very well, go do that. Thank you, Lady Tinkerton. Lady Dragoon of the army. I've made quite powerful allies indeed.
I appreciate you saying that.
And otherwise will allow you to retreat.
I shall retreat to my ale.
Shall retreat.
Pop Zooms.
Oh yeah, great call.
Any monologue you want to start first, Crit?
As everyone gets back in here, there are no further instigations I have on my list. So it's a matter of how you guys want to resolve the night, whether any RP with each other, planning, whatever you want. Otherwise, a long rest is welcome to be had, and the journey to the north will begin.
Very good. I got 2 RP combos then.
Kind of out of RP. I will, for very specific reasons, I will remind / ask the group to think of like a rallying cry or cheer, 10 words or less.
I like Creation Unite too, Rome. That's a good one.
I actually do want to spell something on real quick. I want to go seek out my mother and tell her, Mother, could you do me a favor? I think Jiri lost a lot of himself amongst all those changes that happened. And could you? I think it's important to remind him of his deeds and what he's done and who he is outside of who he was before he met us, since this identity he's formed since is crucial. And you gifted him that crown for a reason. I'm curious if you could show him a statue or give him some reminder of what he wears and why he was gifted it. I think it would mean a lot coming from a leader like you.
Perhaps I can pull him aside in the morning before you all set out. I will speak with him.
End scene.
Perfect. Any final loose ends to tie up?
Just hit long rest.
Purchases gear. Yeah, you guys are welcome to hit long rest, and we can definitely transition to the
Go ahead,
following
guys.
morning if you'd like.
Did
Actually-
Wild Blossom show up yet?
Yes, Wild Sage Blossom doves show up later in the evening, maybe a full 2 hours later into the evening, so pretty thick into night at that point. But you are alerted that where he has been stationed outside Nightlamp Palace.
I go out and sleep in his branches and think about the speech that I like write the speech kind of like on my like forearm while I'm sleeping in Wild Sage Blossom.
Jury will join you. He's gonna show up and ask Wild Sage. Wild Sage, did you get my message? Wait, Rome, did we ever establish, does he speak common? Because if he doesn't, that'd be kind of embarrassing.
He does.
Okay, good.
I would imagine Wild Sage would be like, I can hear you.
Yeah, for sure.
I always imagine him like a silent giant. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like he doesn't like he just speaks in tree.
Just intonates.
Just creaks.
Understands common, but like
Creaks.
yeah,
Yeah, and his like leaves rustle.
yeah.
6 feet. How big is the portable hole? 6 feet in diameter means it's just 6 feet across.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
And then
pretty
is
good.
it 10 feet deep? I think it's 6 feet diameter and 10 feet deep, I think.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. It's a 6 foot diameter, 10 foot deep. Yeah.
And then it's pi r squared, so pi
Uh-huh.
times 9, 27
The
times
volume
10.
of a cylinder, let's
roughly,
figure
yeah,
it out.
roughly 270 cubic feet. A lot of
I-
space. A lot of space.
I ask like whoever's in charge of the castle, like, and this is not important. Whoever's in charge of the castle, I tell them, actually no, I'm just gonna take a couch out of my room and put it in the portable hole.
Holy shit, a whole couch.
Just like a divan, like a day bed.
Okay.
David. You're gonna fit like you're gonna fit like a small love seat in there is what you're gonna fit.
Perfect. But like one that you can lay on without the arms.
Fainting couch.
Fainting couch, thank you. Yeah.
Very well. I'm sure it can hold the dimensions of that and the volume of that as long as the portable hole's not stocked with other stuff. But
I think
I
it's
think
literally
it's
empty.
empty.
Because the only thing we ever put
Amazing.
in it was like all of our gear when we
Uh-huh.
well,
Left Moira's.
and
Okay, quick question.
shoveled it in stuff when you were leaving Moira's lab, but that has since been, I believe, kind of emptied and sold.
And then I'll also just like I'm setting it up so it's cozy. I'm gonna throw some blankets in there, and then I put the magic fire brazier in there for heat.
I can't wait to throw a dead body in there. This is an emergency.
It's fine. It's fine. This can all be repurchased. Except but I just think you know what? If we're gonna be on Durast, we put up
And
a
who's gonna
tent.
pay for it?
What?
Sorry.
If we go to Durast when it's cold, we put up a tent. We put the hole down. We camp in the hole. It's cozy, heat. You know.
Very well.
Who
I love walking away from Roulette as she just like kind of shakily nods at me.
Roulette is trying to figure out like bodily proportions. How many people can we fit sleeping standing up in the hole? Who is holding the portable hole? And I am perfectly fine if I hold it.
I have no plans to hold it.
Okay.
I want it. You got the. I want a demi space.
All yours.
three of us have pocket realms. I've got the Raven Slumber. You've got Portable Hold. Rillette's got Bag of Holding.
I got the quiver too. Crit, can I just buy? Is it easy to acquire like without RP 3 values of good like 25 value water for making health like HP like little potions?
Oh, sure. Basic like solvents for
Yeah.
alchemical stuff. Yeah.
Because if I have because it really only takes me like 4 hours or like a half a rest to do a basic health
I
potion.
think basic health potions like a day or less. Yeah.
Yeah, so like just with trancing and stuff and having a little more time than average, I'll just occasionally try to do one of those. So I'll just try to get 3. So
Okay,
75
yeah.
gold.
Yeah. Let me pull up the crafting thing real quick, just to make sure I don't overcharge you.
Because I think it's half of a health potion, and I think HP or health potions are 50.
Indeed, material cost is 25 gold. Yeah, they usually sell for 50, but material cost is 25 gold to make.
Oh my god, I already have 3 tiers of level 1 buy. 3 tier
I got
1.
6.
That's true, yeah. Solid.
Yep.
75 gold's not much.
Indeed, 75. Perfect.
I almost have 2,000 gold worth of diamonds.
Holy shit.
Rome's picking gold off the floor, and she's just looking at your diamond hoard.
Wait, no, I have a lot more than that.
We are kind of broke. We need more gold.
I forgot to add the 800. So 2,600 gold worth of diamonds.
I feel like we should rob the Durastians more.
So, Toby, do you need that much in diamonds? What are you casting with all that?
Um,
Not that I care. It's just emergency funds if ever someone did need something. But I don't know how many diamonds you need to.
That's totally fine. The resurrection magics they need a massive focus for the divine magic. To get you back in the span of a combat is 300 gold worth. Reviving Rhea was my attempt at reviving Rhea was 500 gold worth. So I don't need to have all of these, but I like to have at least a few.
No argument here.
About 2,000 of that was from Moira's Lair. So
Jeez.
certainly haven't had the time to turn it around quite yet, but
Well, otherwise we can complete a long rest, and the northern march will begin. You all wake comfortably, though early, on the morning of Tyrdas, the third of First Seed. And the city is very alive. Already a very vibrant place throughout the night, but early it is stocked with moving peoples, quartermasters finalizing gear acquisitions and trades with members of these units, and otherwise you are all set to set out. Queen Elia is not visible at this current moment, but you know that she will be in attendance alongside your travels. But you have several hundred elven allies, about 100 birdfolk allies, and then whatever fauna begin to slowly flock toward Mythiline Rome and Wild Sage Blossom's sides. As you are all about to head out, a courier rushes up to all of you and says, I have a small writ for Lord Jiri from the Queen, Erinil.
What's a writ?
Just here. And hands you a small rolled up scroll that is tied with like a silver string.
It was just a translation issue. He understands what a writ is, I promise.
it's
think
like
it's
a
kinda
hall
clear.
pass, Jiri.
It's a hall.
That doesn't help. What do I do with this thing? Open it up, I guess? It's like a present?
Yeah, let's see what it says.
All right. Jiri opens it.
Although I don't have a page worth of flavor text, it will be an in-depth accounting from the Aranil about the fact that my son recommended I remind you of the history of the crown you wear upon your head. This gift of Mithril, not given to any but only the most trusted within Moon Elven society, represents a great bridge of friendship. This specifically was a coronal once adorning the head of the famed wind mage in the history of House Nimberthil itself, a man known as Sorin Ikaria, who was a devout disciple of the Seldarin goddess Airdrie. And it will go on to depict his talents, his wisdom, and most of all, his sort of the camaraderie he enforced within those that followed him. He was absolutely a beacon that people flocked to and a prince in his own right, just as Prince Telperion is. Some several hundred years ago or so. But it's just a small description of the legendary deeds this individual might have carried out as a reminder of what you wear and how it has been used in the past, and hopefully might give inspiration for how it might continue to be used in the future.
Well, this is a lot of words. I'm going to need some help with this one.
And it is beautiful, polished, and perfect Elvish script.
Telperion, read it to me.
Certainly. So when you read it yourself, Tim, you got to read it in Telperion's voice in your head.
Yeah. Telperion, who's this Airdrie guy? Tell me about these gods of yours.
Adri. Oh, God.
You would know Airdrie.
I look at Toby and I'm like,
yeah.
I should know this better. God, the Crescent Knights, we're not very devout. I love Corellin, but Airdrie, I think beautiful.
You would know that at a base, Airdrie is one of three parts that used to be Angarad. Now there's Sehanin, Airdrie, and Halani. Airdrie specifically is associated with the winds and fickleness and art and entertainment, where Halani's more about the bestial world and children of lycanthropy, but then that overlaps a little bit with Sehanin's umbrella. But Airdrie specifically is a beacon of sort of the free-spirited nature of the Eladrin people and all elves in that sense.
Sounds like a pretty cool god. I bet we'd get along. Maybe we'll meet him someday.
Did Kinsalo worship Airdrie, or aren't they tied to the Kenneloft?
Yes, in fact.
Because Toby will remember that and try and add that into the conversation.
Yeah. As rumored, or perhaps fact, depending on what the cosmological divinities might be, what their current status might be, it is the bird folk, the Aarakocra's belief that their once god Sirenita and Airdrie, due to some circumstances, fused into one being known as Akkadi. So in theory, Airdrie is a very important part of their culture, even if they aren't actually Seldarin devout.
Well, that's weird. That's exactly what happened to my mom and my dad in my story. Wonder if it was based on that.
Potentially.
I don't know, like stories I feel like are always being told. Same stories over and over again, you know? They always kind of repeat.
Never heard a story like yours before.
No, I am quite unique. You're right, Telperion. Should write it down someday. Like the true story of Jajiri. A tell all by Jajiri.
What if that was our rallying cry?
That's a long one.
I feel like yours are usually not brief.
Needs some work, I think. And striding up next to all of you is Queen Alaya herself. on her steed, a very grand and beautiful war horse that has been adorned in opulent barding that incorporates a familiar amber-colored veritite into the otherwise silver elven design. You all have been on my mind quite a lot recently. And I've been remembering often our friend Gallus as well. It seems impossibly fortuitous that in my last days with him, he introduced me to several strange friends that would save my life amidst the attacks of an invading enemy, and then soon go on to do more than I could ever do to bridge together the southern nations. He must have seen something great in you all. And now look how many others see it too. Much to the chagrin of Magnus, Gallus was singularly the best judge of character I have ever met, and you are all a firm and welcome reminder of that. Perhaps that reminder might even ease whatever lingering heartbreak I still harbor at his leaving me all those years ago for that lovely Nadia. But anyway, as you were, and she trots ahead.
Toby wipes
It was
a
a
tear.
working title.
The drama.
The love triangle.
Yeah, except two sides of that triangle are dead.
Yeah, yikes.
She's Roulette. Roulette, Toby's right here.
You gotta work on your death humor.
You would know. Little death boy and all.
What are you doing, Pug? Stop. Oh, Jesus.
Well, all of you are able to, with your respective units, begin the march through the out as you leave the mythals of the sort of protected and sheltered areas of the Ithilwinge. The temperature suddenly rapidly drops and snow starts to dot the landscape more and more on these trees. And after a day or so, you're already into a thinner portion of Emerald Forest from the location you're setting out from.
Nimberthil to Mersenia to Alstenis. That's a kind of a straight line, sort of northeast-ish, right?
Map, please.
Hey, Crit.
Yes, sir.
I want to put it in the universe. At some point, will you email me the Elvish Pantheon, like, written out? Because whenever we talk about it, it's always so far away from another time we've talked about it. I've never committed it to memory, and I want to remember it.
Absolutely. There's some real basics that, like, you would remember very quickly. Oof, wow, we've marked this map up a lot, and I've never deleted it all. Let's just delete all of it. Oh no, I've done some of it on the map layer.
Gulp.
Gallus and Nadia.
There we go.
I was like, who is Jiri falling in love with?
With a G? Jiri with a G?
Did something just get erased?
I just erased a bunch of stuff that was previously on here, but let's see. From Nimberthil, you guys are going roughly northwest and then further northwest to essentially attack the south of Mersenia. And attacks have been coordinated, various captains of Selethar and otherwise ranking generals of this army have been coordinating with the forces at Athros, which are now being held by Rillis of the Birdfolk and Dinah of the Beastfolk and other important leaders of other portions of the army. So they're effectively going to be attacking from this direction while you guys attack from the south.
So I'd love to each day meet up with like the front leading scouting party, people in charge of navigating, and I'd like to use the spell Find the Path to help ease our army's march in a fairly direct path.
The tactician has a further request of you, Toby, before this resolves. Will you if you're going to be directing, what I really would like is for you to be spending as much time in close proximity to whoever in the army is making the most of the strategic plans, because I want you and the councils disrupting any chance Moira has of scrying on that person. Otherwise, we just look like we're walking in the woods.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Toby Rama, you are definitely able to do this. Even if you're not intimately familiar with Mersenia, you're familiar enough with its location on the map that your magics can manifest alongside you. What does it look like when you're casting this spell?
A lot of my divining magics are gonna be centered around my use of my bone hand scales, and a similar thing. They might even like have a little bit of movement to them and rotate and just kind of be like centered on the direction.
Almost like a compass. Very cool. Very cool. Yes, you are able to assist the direction of the forces. And I'll say that can, I don't know that this will have much mechanical advantage per se, but we will see if it sheds some days off of the journey. We'll say it'll give advantage to the scouting efforts of the Selethar.
I don't know if this is going to slow them down, but every time I walk around Toby and he's doing this, I make a little, with prestidigitation, I make a little laugh come out of your bone scale thing. It's skulls, you said, right?
Well, it's a skeletal hand holding like a very old timey scale.
Perfect. So I make it whisper your name to you in a skeletal voice.
Obi-Rama!
Yes.
God.
It'd be a shame if you knew what the Deva I communed with sounded like, and if you could replicate that, but you don't.
The scouting efforts are definitely helped by that. And although they know their own forests very well, as you get to thinner and thinner forest terrain and further away from their estates and areas of marked territory, it definitely aids the journey. And I'll say what minor threats might have been available on the road are able to be somewhat avoided entirely. And actually, overall, the passage of the army over these days is rather easy and mostly unencumbered, especially since the southern and eastern territories of Croatia are primarily under the control of the United Kin army at this point. But that doesn't clear away all the difficulty of this journey, as you can feel over the course of about a week or so of travel going by how morale does slowly but surely shift from this eager and driven mentality slowly toward a more suspenseful and anxious mentality. And chatter begins to, sort of slowly break out from different encampments at night, giving way to rumors and whispers of nervousness or pessimism. Even a soldier makes a stray comment about how he's not convinced this is the right thing for our people to be doing. And then the people surrounding him quickly shoot that down and say, this is the life we've chose. This is the decision the Aranil has made. We are committed to our people's actions. But there's already this sort of antsiness growing in the army as you potentially are either going to succeed at Mersenia or fail and lose a real primary force of defense for the Ithilwinge, at least.
The ones who are being held right now.
Yeah, well, them, but along with your forces, if you're wiped out, this is the bulk of the remaining Selethar military available. There are still numbers back home at the varying territories for sort of city defense, but the bulk of the military advances of the Selethar have already been made available. So really putting themselves out on a limb in this important mission. But otherwise, the days will continue. Anything you guys want to touch on as about a week and a half go by?
Jiri will at nighttime continue to try to cast Dream on his new little jar that he's created to see if he's able to enter into the sunken place again. More of him being in control of what's going on down there once again.
So I think last time we had you make a charisma check, and I don't think you were successful at that time.
No.
So I would like you to, now that you've tried it before, and maybe even flavor-wise multiple times over the past couple times, depending on how eager you've been to engage in this, go ahead and make a charisma check with advantage. You have to meet or beat your DC.
Ooh,
Very
yeah,
well done.
25 does.
Although it is difficult to bend your magic in this way, you can feel the assistance of Hyperivel rather than the sort of reluctant sort of putting up with you. It's a more of a full team effort these days with his magic, and you are able to sort of manipulate the spell to suit your needs in this way, where you can enter the depths of your mind, almost like a meditative state, almost like an elven trance to a degree. But what does Jiri see when you dive into your own mind?
It's like he's in the bottle itself. There is the giant tree growing up out of the what used to be the hole in the ground, but he's going to care for it like he does when he's outside. He's gonna bring his little decanter of water and he's gonna like set it up so it's like pouring down the tree constantly. He'll like nestle it up in like a low branch to provide plenty of water down there. And you know, just tidy up a little bit and just make it look nice and pristine down there.
It's like a
That's his kind of
bonsai
goal. Yeah, it's like a garden. Well, it's like a big garden down there, but it's tiny when it's in the bottle, and he takes care of it out in the real world.
Very cool.
No, that's self-care.
Yeah, he'll do that at each night, and then during the day, the shenanigans he's gonna get up to. He's gonna kidnap Loaf, and he's gonna play Loaf launch, but he's gonna like tie Shaggy up to like the branches in Wild Sage Blossom, and then like grab onto the center of Shaggy to like really stretch it out, and like he's gonna see how far he can launch Loaf.
Holy
I'm
shit.
imagining that Loaf like dies in this process, and like Telperion has to like keep resummoning him.
I'm gonna if you, the first day you kill him, I say I'm gonna just hide him forever. And I'm invisible. I like just I'm not paying for a ton of your antics here.
Wait, does it cost money every time you summon him?
If you damage him, yes, it's 10 gold.
It's 10 gold.
Every
it
time
wasn't-
he dies. I can
wasn't-
apparate him and
wasn't me.
de-apparate him like this, but
It wasn't me. I think
It's an expensive prank, Jiri.
Toby had killed him somehow.
and how did
Cut
he
over
do
to
that?
Toby, eyes rolled back in his head, finding the path.
He's just been being guided by those people for this whole time.
You're right. It was Roulette. She was like building him into some new machine, and he died. And I don't know what happened.
You
I
look
look
over at Roulette, and she's got like her notebook open and like electricity coming out of the other hand. I'm sorry, what was I doing?
Yeah, it was something electricity related. She says sorry. But Loaf's dead, yes.
Electricity.
I will burn one of the components that I bought because I bought 10, and I'll resummon Loaf. And how does Loaf act upon being resummoned? Like,
After he got launched into the stratosphere.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I love not authoring Loaf.
I think Loaf is resummoned and sort of just like "Oh." Acts like literally nothing happened, is completely
What's going on?
oblivious.
Oh,
I
his
think
like
just like the absolute borderline not sentient, just super unaware, and listens to your commands and will obey, but is otherwise so unbothered.
I pick him up and like he's so brave. Look, he's not scared of you after you did that. He's
Yeah, I'll be more careful this time, I promise. Or I mean, Roulette will be.
what does he spit up like a
Just
like
like
an
a little,
owl pellet?
it's almost like an owl pellet, but it's just like mist of fey fire. Just little fireflies as he burps.
I
Does
gather
one-
him
does
under
a
my
little
arm and
shake.
I just keep him under there for like half the day after he's been murdered.
He never gets uncomfortable in his position. He's just like hanging out in whatever position you put him in, just like looking at the world.
For the first time, Topirian's like actually experiencing fondness for him.
Hold on, slide a hand check to steal him right out of your arms.
Amazing.
Yes.
Telperian perception.
Active perception.
Uh,
Oh, I mean, I'm literally holding it
Yeah.
after having just resummoned it. So
yeah,
I don't.
I think active is fair. Yeah.
22.
22.
22.
You do see Jiri reach
With a
for him.
loaf of bread trying to like
Indiana Jones it.
You feel a telekinetic like slap on your hand.
Holy.
Next time.
Jiri, what if we took this up a notch? I know it didn't go perfectly well, and it was surprising results back in Athenian, but a lot of the soldiers, I feel, are quite interested in seeing the spars between you and the prince. I'm noticing the anxiousness, the sort of stress of the forces in general. Would you and Telperion be up for a sparring match? It might lighten morale.
I don't know. I'll ask him. Hey, Telperion, I'll duel you for loaf access.
Loaf access.
Winner
Jesus.
gets to hold on to loaf the rest of the evening.
And
You
then
want
I
to hold on to
mention,
him for the evening.
Telperion, if you lose loaf, you can have this groundhog, and I like show him a groundhog that I found.
Look at that groundhog. It's so
Is
good.
it? Can it just be cross-eyed and like?
Rome does all of the taxidermy things Alex posts, but they're alive and like doing things for her.
They're just super well trained.
Yeah.
those are like her ideas. Like whatever like thought comes into her mind is like, this is how I'm gonna taxidarize for this situation.
All right. Well, you can have Liv for the evening if you win, but I get Shaggy for the evening if I win.
Deal.
I don't have a plan for Shaggy, but we'll see. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke you.
I got lots of plans for loaf.
So, for fun, if we want to pull up icons, I don't think distance is really going to matter all that much. If you guys want to, like, actually swing at each other a little bit, I'll put up a point of morale as a winning condition. Whoever wins this gains a +1 to morale with their unit.
Let's do it.
Let's throw you guys up here. on the
All right.
screen.
The dice are coming out.
The dice are coming out.
How?
The
can
calculator
I-
is being opened.
How can I elevate this?
Trip them.
I certainly could.
Oh my god, look at us that. All right.
Look at us that.
Jiri's initiative 20. Telperion, what was your initiative?
Oh, I
Did
did
you
not
roll?
initiative.
And we don't need
Oh.
to do a literal turn order, but at least roll. All right. Looks like Jiri is first, and you guys are enemies, so no snapping for Telperion.
I have a great staff on my left hand and a great sword in my, or the staff and the sword. That's why I was attuned to today.
Okay.
To prepare for combat, I make my armor puffy, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be like go, and then you didn't have time to prepare, so you guys could have had time to prep yourselves. Telperion, is there anything action economy wise you wanted to have done before combat starts?
I guess I will look at him and I could do this on my turn. Oh, I probably would have cast Gage of Alacrity. No, I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna a beam of light is gonna come out from my crown, from like the opal in the middle of it, and it's going to shoot at Jiri, and you're gonna be like these little star sparks are just gonna like illuminate around you as you see my eyes glow with this similar sparking star light.
Okay. Another self buff on Telperion pre-combat. But Jiri, with your puffy armor up, you are first to move.
Oh, then I also lock eyes and focus him.
Very
As
well.
We should end the zoom now before our turn.
Yeah, perfect. Also, MJ, I took your advice and I've mixed in little bits of Octopath into the
I noticed that.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm really stoked about it.
I've also got some Valheim coming, but just haven't been added to the playlist yet.
Critter, I also did text you really quick if you want to take a look at your when you get a chance, just as a heads up.
I have a chance now.
All right, if you get some
okay,
preventative damage, I'll give Telperion some. I'll cast Warding Bond on Telperion.
Holy
Taking
shit!
sides, I see.
This is like
I don't know if I want it.
The person, the paw fighting ring beneath Ostennis when you guys were like buffing your friends, but now you're buffing your friends against each other.
That's what I was thinking.
I was thinking about giving someone Warding Bond and giving the other person Holy Weapon.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's better than just giving one person Warding Bond.
Well, I'm just gonna say no, Toby, don't give it to me. I don't want it.
You'll feel it. You'll look at me. I'll let it go.
I appreciate the alpha.
Swing one.
I had 20 AC.
13, not gonna do it unless there's things you can do about it.
Nope, just 3 electro damage.
Yep, 3 lightning, even on a miss. Bonus action, second attack. Oh,
Yikes,
no.
a 2 and a 3.
6.
Oh, I have to make a concentration check on the 3.
That's true. On the 3 you do.
Concentrating
Nat 20.
on the spell.
Nat 20.
And a 6. You gotta roll again.
Oh.
Yeah, and then an additional 6 damage.
Oh my god, I literally lose it. 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I roll a 3 and I plus 6 because I don't have the ring of protection on.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Does it fade?
Yeah, because I cast it early for fun, and I was like, I shouldn't cast it
on
before
your
my turn. Yeah.
Okay, you see a sort of sputtering spark of Telperion's circlet as he loses concentration on his buff. Though he was successful in parrying both of your sword strikes, but the lightning still zapped him and disrupted concentration. Is that it for Jiri?
I will cloud punch him.
You did mark him as a bonus action.
Prior to combat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep, so go ahead and roll it. Ooh.
Come on, Jerry, stop trying. I'm parrying.
No bonus.
Great swords.
No splash damage for his punches. And I think that misses too, right?
Wow.
All right. That's my turn. Jerry can't
No
get
worries.
any.
We'll adjust.
All right, let's start this off.
I love hearing how Paravel root for Jiri.
I know.
I'm going to use my bonus action to click on my boots, stomp the ground, fire erupts. So I'm just gonna like on my turns be like I'm gonna be trying to do the D6 by just like moving in and out. So it'll just be flavored as like as I'm striking around you and stuff. So that'll be a D6 to start.
6 fire damage from moving close to Jiri with the Charlon stride up. Perfect.
3 fire damage.
Okay.
And then I am, while this flame is writhing around me, I'm gonna put the staff on the ground, or it's gonna hover behind me with my telekinetics.
Yeah, you just
And
drop it and it floats in place.
and then I'm gonna call on Loaf to do a drive-by on you, and as he goes, he's gonna burp that little fiery belch in your face, and I'll have advantage on my first attack.
Okay, help action from Loaf. That's fair.
Help action from Loaf. And as I do this first swing, I'm gonna be bringing my sword down on a downward slash, and like from your left to the bottom right, and these blue embers are gonna fly on my sword as I cast Moon Flame Blade.
Moon Flame Blade. A cantrip in place of one of your attacks.
19 plus 10, 29.
Total slashing, or is that a mixture of all the stuff?
That's 29 to hit.
Oh, 29 to hit. Sorry. I assume that will hit.
Yes.
Extra shield.
So that's gonna be 2d6.
Wait, hold on a second. On a hit, I think I gotta roll a d6 to figure what happens
Yes,
there.
that's true.
Let me go to it real quick. I haven't used this. I think I've used it once, maybe. Yeah, on a d6, a roll of 4 or higher misses.
And does it use your reaction to do this feature? I just literally can't remember.
It is a reaction, yes. So I will use my reaction to do this.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll your d6.
So it does nothing.
The attack does nothing?
No, my the attack
The ability
my
is
ability-
unsuccessful. Yeah.
is unsuccessful.
Okay. So it's been so long since I've done the combat damage. My 2d6s for my regular attack, and then it's 2d8s. I rolled the wrong thing.
Because we're
2d8s for level 11, and then I'm rerolling the 2 ones I just did. Okay, so that's plus 6, and then plus 4 per my sword's damage being minimized by 2, and that's all, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it's only one target.
20 damage on that first hit. Ooh, I gotta get ready for this.
20 damage. What happens on the hit and damage being
I'm
dealt?
gonna psionic this as well.
Okay, you're welcome. Go ahead and add that damage real quick.
Smart.
That was-
Less cloud damage, puppy armor
that was-
damage.
I didn't want to jump in and say anything, but yes, it is the.
So that was and then I'm gonna add an additional 3 and then an additional 3, so it's 26 in total. And you got to make a strength check so you go to see if you go prone. Little bug. You gotta be at 14.
It's a loaf.
He is a loaf.
Strength check.
No, Archie, get up.
Yeah, or saving throw, right?
Strength saving throw.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
Not
slow.
that that's I don't think a difference for Jude.
Amazing.
So you stay not prone, you grit yourself, but what happens to Telperion on that hit?
He takes 25 steam damage.
I'm gonna bring up my cloak and use absorb elements on that.
Oh,
Very
whoa.
cool. Very cool. Using your reaction to give yourself resistance to fire.
And then I'll be adding a d6 of fire on my next attack.
That's cool.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
So
So
20
rounded
12.
down 12 fire damage to you. And yes, the flames and we'll say steam, not specifically flames, will sort of coat your sword and surround it as you've captured some of that elemental energy.
And I feel like it just like slowly turns back to blue, and the flame match. Since I'm gonna swing again. So it's not green moon flame blade this time, but it's So just a regular
Strike.
d20, not advantage. Second attack, I rolled a 2. So I think that d6 hangs until the next. I'll have to check it.
First time you hit with a melee attack
Okay.
on your next turn. So actually, it can't even occur on this
Okay.
turn.
Cool. And that's attack, bonus action, and then that's turn. Yeah.
Indeed. Jiri, you're up.
I thought this was 1v1. All right, that's it. Shaggy, I need your help.
And I will send
Shaggy and he are not equivalent.
to stand behind you, granting me advantage for flanking.
Equivalent.
Very cool. Yeah, definitely advantage granted.
Show me the nat 20 for an Eldritch Smite.
Only I could roll well. Well, 8.
Yeah, your rolls are not awesome yet. But yeah, 8 lightning to Telpy.
Oh, 8 lightning.
Yep.
There we go.
To Telpy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I can't shield that, so that hits.
17. So 13 slashing, 4 electric.
I'm gonna use a side eye to block hinder some of that. So I've now used 2 of my side eye. How much damage then? I roll a d8.
8 plus
And 2s. 5 damage blocked. So what's the total?
12.
12.
In the midst of their fight, I'm going to run up and I'm going to be like 10, 15 feet above them. And I'm going to cock my gauntlet and I'm going to shoot 6 nodes around them. So you're in the middle of an electrified hexagon right now.
Cool.
I did the math. It's like 35, 40 feet across. So you're relatively safe.
That is super awesome. Now I want to do something about it. You guys can keep going. Jiri, anything with your bonus action?
Yeah, I'm going to try cloud punching him again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Ooh.
Looks like at least one of those might work.
Yep. 10 bludgeoning from cloud punch.
Taken.
And then 13 bludgeoning.
13 more bludgeoning, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then I'll have Shaggy attack you too. Might as well.
You're cheating. That's gross.
You used low first.
I
thought
got
it was-
advantage on 1 hit. You just got advantage on 4.
Well,
I gave up a warding bond for you, in fairness.
I mean, you used low, so only fair that I get to use Shaggy.
New Jerry's a poor sport like the old one.
Oh,
Oh.
holy shit.
When did a Tilperian ever pull a point?
Castle
You
Schmidt.
can take an extra 12 damage from Shaggy.
Oh, baby. That's a big hit.
Push him in the lightning. That was a random person in the cell tower who said that, wasn't me.
It's my turn.
I suppose so.
Loaf, hit him again. And as Loaf's getting the advantage, I'm gonna bonus action heal with a psionic pulse of energy. 16 heals. For what that's worth. And I'm gonna swing on my friend here.
Advantage on the first.
19 to hit. I rolled 2 9s.
I will use my reaction to bracer that one. To add +3 to my, no, +4 to my AC for that attack.
Very cool.
All right, so that attack misses. Second attack. 20.
That one will hit.
Okay. So we're gonna Psionic Strike this. I'm also gonna Soul Crest this, so I'm gonna add a D10 of extra weapon damage. All right, so a D10 and then 2d6s for that, and I'm also gonna Psionic this, and then I guess I have to say ahead of time if it's a Moonflame Blade. That's good to know. We're not using 2d8s, but I do get a d6 of fire. All right. Oh, and I'm gonna do another 1d6 of fire for the. Okay, so 6 fire damage from the boots. As in, like, just moving around. All right. A 5 and a 6. Okay, so that's gonna be 11 from that, and then the d10 from that is a 9, so plus 9, and then the d6 of fire is going to be a 5, and then the d8 is an 8 plus 3 plus 4, and then strength save, please, as you take 40 damage in total. And
Critical hit for sure.
with this, I'm trying to push you into the lightning.
It's kind of far away. It's
Oh.
like 20 feet away.
Okay, then I'll go prone.
You'd have to like run over there. Go.
Meets it, beats it. 14 is my thing.
Meets it, beats it. So
Oh,
he
wait,
will
it's
barely
15.
I was gonna say, I
is it
feel like it's
15?
been 15 for a while.
Yeah,
Then
prone,
Jerry
baby.
will barely go prone. Yep.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm gonna action surge now,
Holy
and this
shit.
is going to be a. How's Jerry looking?
He's looking bloodied, or just about to be bloodied.
Honestly, I really should Blade Ward instead of. I'm gonna do a quick Blade Ward, and for next turn, and just have one attack at you.
Real quick. You already made 2 attacks.
I'm action surging, so for one of my.
Oh, I see. For one of the second attacks. Got it.
All right, so rolling with advantage for my final attack here. Nat 19, 29. That's 11 plus 4 plus oh, nothing else, right? There's nothing. It's just an 11 plus 4. No psionic, no anything else. So 11 plus 4 equals 15.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Let's just keep pausing. Okay. Let's make this one count.
All right. Go to attack.
I'm going to use my staff to make my AC 25 and cast shield from my staff.
Okay.
7 electric damage then.
Mm-hmm.
Taken.
There we go.
So the 16 is halved to 8 plus what? Well, so what?
Two-handed, baby.
Yes,
Okay.
which unfortunately doesn't net any damage because it will still be reduced to 8. But then
And
2 lightning. Yep.
Okay.
Yes, 10 total
10
damage,
damage?
on that strike. Yep.
Taken.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to Eldritch Smite you on this one.
Oh, I see. It already hit. Got it.
Yep. Using
Well-
a spell slot to make it a painful one.
I mean,
68.
do your worst.
68.
I have
Oh, that
13
makes
HP,
sense.
so. Oh, wait. No, I can't shield. I'm down.
Wow. With the Eldritch Smite, nothing else you can do to stay up?
Nope.
All
I
right.
used my reaction for shield, so.
So as a final time, or I mean, you've described it before, but what does it look like when you do your Eldritch Smite, Jiri?
Oh, Papa Adras comes out of his shadow, or Hyperabole, I suppose. And he's got a big old sword in his hand, and he smacks you too.
Perfect.
That's incredible.
Toby is spamming thaumaturgy to triple the sound of the crowd as they erupt.
While our healer is hyping, I will go heal Telperion.
Perfect. Immediately making sure he's taken non-life-threatening wounds and just reduced to unconsciousness. The crowd does erupt at a magnificent display by both participants, but Jiri, you will get a +1 to morale, which will assist your morale checks and initiative with your unit.
You're gonna need it, Jerry.
I suppose so. What a very fair battle, Telperion.
What type of damage is that Eldritch Smite?
Force.
I think it's
Okay.
force.
I was gonna say, did your Blade Ward help if it was weapon damage?
No. It's just weapon type.
Perfect. Well, as the crowd cheers and definitely a little bit of morale boosted in general, and you guys come together once more after the competition, might be a good time for a quick bio break.
Yeet. I'll mark off 8 gold, 6 gold for my thing.
Amazing.
I have my my battle cry, my battle speech ready too.
Oh, very
Yes.
exciting. Very exciting. All right, see you guys in a minute. I love and applaud the commitment to spending 6 gold to make the lightning hexagon.
It was funny because I specifically was like, I'm only spending 6. I'm not spending 8. Remove.
Oh, jeez.
MK, I'm like 3 chapters into Tress right now, and I fully understand. I need to text you this because I'm not going to say anything more. You said something about the books that I questioned immediately, and I
Sorry.
fully understand how it's possible now. I'll text you.
What is the opening line? The opening is like, there was a girl on an island on a rock. It's like, I love the opening to Tress. It's so cool.
Also, the standout line from the book so far, and this is no spoilers at all, he had a smile so straight it made the men question if they were.
I like that one a lot.
Interesting. I was a fan of. I forget.
Yeah.
I forget what it was, but I don't remember his early Way of Kings or something in Mistborn. But I just remember them like talking about like it was Kelsier or Kaladin or someone, and they were like, "This thing or that thing, whatever." And it was just like it was author. It wasn't like a character dialogue. It was like he was playing with the Spren. What's his name? Or it flitted or flatted. Whatever.
I don't remember
like,
what that is. That's funny.
I think I sent it to you guys in a text at some point. We've also definitely reached
I remember
the point,
that line. Yeah.
we definitely reached the point with my relationship to Cosmere stuff of like, you guys are officially like holding back from saying things because people like me are present for the conversation, and that feels bad. So I am going to get shamed into continuing, which is good.
That one, it was kind of like in part of like Kaladin being like confused about like how to describe it, so it like fit really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Way of Kings is cool about, and Stormlight in general is cool about having like a third person narrator, but it's like their third person narrator. It doesn't feel like this disembodied narrator. It's like it's still third person, but it's still like insight into their mind and what they're thinking.
Catered to their style. Yeah. Interesting.
Did any of you guys see Dune 2?
I keep saying how it was incredible, and I need to go watch Dune 1 and then Dune 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen Dune 1. Haven't read the book. I feel like I gotta go watch the OG movie too.
Book's good.
So good.
I love the book.
I've heard. I shouldn't say that because it could be a spoiler, but it is also like a 25-year-old book. I don't know.
It's like a 50.
Oh yeah, it's a 65, I think.
My friend was talking to me about it last night
It's
at
like
work.
50 years old.
Like, I think like the third or the fourth book is like a 3,000-year time skip.
Oh yeah.
Like
It's
what
set
the
in like
fuck?
the future.
Yeah.
You don't really need to read after like the first like
What, 2?
arc of it. No, it's the first 3 of them are all in the same kind of like time frame. Then it's like a huge jump.
So my friend was telling me about the movie last night at work because he just saw the second movie and he said it's the best blockbuster he's ever seen.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And he watched the first one. There's like a little bit of snoozy parts in the first one, but specifically, shit. You told me all about the book too. This character informed and Anakin Skywalker.
Oh yeah, like Dune is like it's
Instrumental in science fiction.
similar to Lord of the Rings, where it's like fantasy is based on this thing. Like it's pretty close to like this is the science fiction.
Yeah. It's like I think of it like sci-fi Game of Thrones too, because there's a lot of like the political intrigue and the houses and whatnot.
And like my friend said, it's like Game of Thrones, but instead of castles and like territory, they have each house has like a planet.
Yeah.
That's a super sick structure in general.
The scale, yeah.
I was thinking about it too because it's really cool when there's this like order of women who are like the magic users, and like they can like telepathically communicate, and they have like they're very like, because they're so manipulated where it's coming from or whatnot, and it really reminds me of the Aes Sedai from
Wheel of Time.
Yeah, Steve was looking at me funny. It reminds me of the Aes Sedai from Wheel of Time, and then I was thinking which one came first, because those two are an interesting conversation with each other. Because the Aes Sedai are like women, only magic users, can only be women. They have their own structure and goals, and everyone looks at them, and like some of their mystique is wrongly, like some of their secretiveness is like, no, that's just their rules, but like they're good-hearted. But then there are bad ones, and then you're like, overall, the mission of this group is it. What is it? And it's really cool.
I have 3 Audible credits piled up right now, and I don't know if I should dump them into Wheel of Time or into Dune, because I think I want to read both.
I mean, I have my opinion, but I think Dune.
I'm always open to opinions.
I'm not a big fan of it.
Is Mike's audio glitching for anyone else?
Yeah, it's cutting in and out a lot.
What did you say, Tim?
I'm not a big Wheel of Time fan.
Wheel of Tim.
Wheel of Tim.
Wheel of Tim. Yeah. I don't know. I've only read the first book, and it just did not get me going. So.
Same. It didn't get me going, but I like. There's 14 books, and people talk about it enough that I'm like.
The second and third are good. Okay. They're better than the first.
It's a big
it's like with Dune, where I only read the first 3, and I was like, maybe one day I'll go back and do more. But I like those ones.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't finish the third, actually.
Gardens of the Moon. Someday I'll get you guys to read that one too. If you're interested in ever trying like a military scale like fantasy novel, like wars and like huge battles, like that book is amazing.
Is that a standalone or a trilogy, and is it completed?
Oh, it's 10. There's 10 books in the series, but that's the first one.
And it's completed?
It is completed, yes.
Okay.
That's a big factor. Chris, you are muted.
It started as a D&D
That
campaign.
is so important.
That these people were playing. The authors were playing.
About that.
One of them wrote it into like a series.
Because Steve, you did not start The Name of the Wind, right? Because it's not done.
Yes, I did. I read The Name of the Wind. I read whatever the second one of that book is.
Wise Man's Fear.
I got halfway. I got like a third of the way into it, and then just kind of fell off.
I love the concept. I love the books. I love them so much. I love the characters. I hate the fact that it's not done.
Yeah.
Are you gonna finish it?
I don't know. Patrick Rothfuss does not seem very inspired to go finish it.
He wrote himself into a corner, and then he doesn't know how to get out of it, so he's gonna give up.
Is that Kingkiller stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The corner being the ending he's been alluding to for 2 books is going to be like he can't make it grand enough.
No, well, I'm more referring to the fact that he like set it out. It's got to be 3 books, right? Because like the whole intro and the whole like theme is like it's the story told over 3 days, and then he expanded it. He expanded it too much. Instead of like tying loose ends, he just opened the book up in the second book, and it's like, oh, I got too many loose ends to close in one book.
He's like put out a novella pretty recently, and then he's like put out a couple chapters similar to how George R. R. Martin has put out some chapters for the sixth.
I don't
They
give a
have
fuck about these
issues.
chapters.
He also did it where like the story expanded in the telling, and then he couldn't wrap it up.
What does Patrick Rothfuss look like?
He's got
Like
kind
a
of
wild
big,
looking.
Bushy beard.
peppery
George R. R.
hair.
Martin.
Well, yeah, they're the same person. I'm pretty.
He looks
sure.
like a wizard.
He was
busy-
on
busy
Critical Role,
writing,
that's the only reason I know
motivational
him.
letters to
Oh
Keyleth.
God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm sick of both of those.
He looks like Radagast the Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
a term.
After like a shower.
Little purple Lego lady with big hair.
It looks
What
like
the fuck?
that's weird.
We're about to close out of the Zoom.
Pop zooms.
MJUPOS. Keep up with me. That really threw me for a loop. You were just like, purple Lego with big hair. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm doing the gay.
The
Postcard of Tim and Alex.
gay. He's doing the gay. Oh yeah? Well, I got you beat with a postcard from Tim and Alex.
Nice.
I don't have one of those.
Yeesh, they didn't.
That's
They
a
didn't.
yikes.
Yikes.
That's a yikes.
These are my friends.
Who I'm also friends with.
Yep. Tim and Alex and Espion are always close by.
Oh.
No.
An incredible postcard. The fucking T-Rex
Yeah,
is
the fucking T-Rex is
Also,
unreal.
Don't ever pay enough attention to the UFO.
I wish I could show you guys the original version. Like, Alex went like way harder with like the UFO like stuff, and like she's like, we'll scale it back to just one UFO and a giant T-Rex in the
Griff
background.
also has,
I
like, a really
remember-
long-
Yeah,
Remember
Griff
that?
had this like extra, like we like photoshopped it so it just kept going.
I remember Mary asked me one time, "Where do Tim and Alex live?" And I'm like, "It's Northeast. It's Rhode Island. No, it's near New York, New Jersey. No. Can you check my desk? It's got their Christmas card on it." And she just walks into my desk and goes, "The fuck is this?"
That's funny.
And ever since then, I'll just never forget Concord, New Hampshire dinosaur is burned in my brain.
Yeah, man. Wait, Mike and Steve, we sent you guys one, right? I'm like pretty like you guys should have gotten that postcard, correct?
Was it for Christmas?
Yeah.
Let me go look.
Wait, no, is it the one that had the like roll for your thing on the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
saw that yet today.
No,
Actually,
Mike, we have it. We have it. We have it. It's in the drawer.
I just want to see the.
In the drawer. How dare you? It's at hand at all times.
Well, that's because the Christmas card from 2 years ago is still on the fridge.
Yeah, I mean, there's a series. And they're just gonna get
Roll.
more and more deranged.
2d8. I never rolled for this. I want to know what character in class I am.
Oh, you're a Christmas character.
Yep. 8-5.
I don't specifically remember what I was.
I don't know how this works, but I'm a Christmas tree ginger brute.
Ooh.
Ginty Brute.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like your cookie. It's a Christmas
Yeah,
tree.
well, like I gotta be a gingerbread cookie in the shape of a tree with
Yeah.
frosting, so I'm a Christmas tree, but I still can like swing around branches like a ginger brute.
Yep.
Yeah, like a barbarian kind of.
Yeah. Love it. Basically, I'm a yummier version of Wild Sage Blossom.
I'm a Krampus sleigh steed.
Slay Steed. Oh, is he at the
Wait,
kick?
that's so funny. I got 8-5 and you got 5-8.
I was like, I could have done the ginger brew one.
Complimentary. Also, yeah, you guys just picked the numbers you rolled differently. You rolled.
I
I
did
did
have
it in
to-
order, my 8 and then 5. 8 column left, 5 column right. or at least that's how I read.
I rolled them together, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be the same, so I just
Oh,
switched.
that's funny.
So wait, are you saying like you wanted to go more over the top and like you guys reined it in?
The original version, yes, had like Griff's tongue like was like photoshopped to be extended, and then there was like more UFOs in the air, and the dinosaur I think was bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
It was
missed the
a lot.
UFO the first time actually. There he goes. What the fuck is this?
I
My
like
dad-
the idea.
Mhm.
I like the idea of a gargantuan griff just like playing with a UFO flying around like it's a mosquito.
Yeah, man. And that was like the backdrop was this corn maze that we did in Vermont. Took us 3.5 hours to solve. It was
No,
Really?
no.
Oh, dude, at that point I'd get like frustrated and scared and like, oh wait, am I trapped in this thing?
Yeah, corn mazes specifically feel, and there's an extra level of fear there. We went to like a massive sunflower field in Kansas once, which is like just a popular attraction to go to this one specific field. And it was like that level of height that you can't see anywhere else. So it was maze like, but it's sunflowers and it's yellow and it's happy. Corn maze is like, you're gonna get murdered.
We're gonna get mad.
We found out later that we were like right by the end, and we had taken like one wrong turn, and we would have been done like in an hour and a half instead.
Oh man.
yeah, and we like fucked it up. Yeah.
That hurt.
Alrighty, well, we can dive back in here. Congrats to Jiri on his +1 morale. Hopefully a little confidence boost after all he's been through recently. Otherwise, unless there's any other items you guys want to tackle, the final days will conclude. Yeah, Roulette, what do you got on your mind?
This would be very briefly. Is it my audio doing that?
Yeah, I'm hearing something weird too.
I'm going to grab Toby for 2 days. On one day, I'm going to show him this picture, and it's a picture that someone back in Braves Respite sketched. It is a upper middle-aged man, little heavy-set face, small little spectacles on his face, little loose wispy hair, and I will tell you that this is my dad, and I just want to ask a quick favor, if you wouldn't mind. See if you can poke in on him, not even for too long. If you can just kind of confirm that you can find him, I might want to just send a quick follow-up message, just to say hi. And I will show you the picture and ask you to scry on him if possible.
Yes, that's a smarter way to do it. It's scry first. I have heard of the target, and I have a likeness, so I have a +5 and they have a -2. And I will happily scry.
I don't think there's a +5 to you. He gets a +5 and a -2, I think, for a net
That's
+3.
Correct.
So the fact that you haven't met him hurts you, but the fact that you have a likeness does help you. So net +3 to his wisdom save.
Oh, his name starts with an E, doesn't it? I can't remember it right now.
What? Oh, I would.
I think Michael
Ernest.
Kennedy's
Ernest.
Michael Kennedy wanted to remember it. I think. Yeah.
Ernest Tinkerston. Yeah.
And Millicent? I don't remember your mom's name.
Correct.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly right. Exactly.
Ernie
right.
and Millie.
The most New York mom names you could think of. Mom and dad name.
All right.
Wisdom
Toby,
saving
is this
throw.
something you're interested in doing? So you pull out your scales, you conduct the ritual, and you begin scrying.
Oh, Toby Rama.
Holy shit!
I'll send
All
you
right.
the list of my spells that use that if you want to just make that a thing.
I want to just do it.
That's really funny.
What's your spell save DC?
18. So he needs
Here's his
to
roll.
get a net of 15 before his +3.
Oh,
This has all the modifiers built into it. That is a fail.
Cool. What do I see when I scry on Ernest? On Ernie.
Papa.
You've conducted your magical scrying means many a time before. And you zoom in to your vision when you're looking at this, the way the vision manifests in that crystal, it almost sort of pulls your vision into it, almost like I see it almost like the Pensieve.
Yeah.
And it sort of pulls your vision in, and you become lost in this view of this man that somewhat matches the likeness of what Roulette's picture described, but he looks disheveled. His hair is a bit longer. He's got kind of a scruffy beard, and you can tell that one of the eyepieces is cracked and broken. And he is just looking. He's sitting in a dark stone room, and there's a very simple, rudimentary wooden desk in front of him, and his head is in his hand. No, that won't do. Damn it. And he crumples up a piece of paper, tosses it, kind of looks around the room. And then he starts writing with a utensil, sketching, quickly writing symbols and glyphs and some sort of mathematical equations based in Arcana.
I've got two potential assumptions, and I want to see if one of them feels more true than the other. Does he feel like he is being forced to work, or does he feel like he is obsessed with work on his own volition? What is his mannerism? Can I get a read on that?
Go ahead and make an insight check with disadvantage,
Sure.
purely because you have not met this individual. With a 12, I don't know that you get the types of intel you're looking for.
Sure.
But what you can tell is that he seems very clearly engrossed in his work. He is very clearly sort of lost in thought, almost in a way that's almost disconnected from his surroundings. He is just scribbling and scribbling and writing, and then, no, that ain't gonna work either. Damn it. And he crumples up a piece of paper and throws it on the floor and just continues to write. And the arcana of it all is foreign to you. It's not
Right.
a language you recognize. It's not intuitive script. So you're not able to glean much there. But he is clearly working on some sort of arcane formula or investigative effort to some degree, some theory crafting. And outside of any other ways you might want to interact with the scene, primarily this is what is going to occupy the 10 minutes of the vision.
Yeah, I guess I'd say the first 3 to 4 minutes is me trying to see if I can glean anything about him and not doing a great job. Then I'll just start narrating what I'm seeing out loud to Roulette. Roulette knows this. I can hear you asking me questions. He's in a stone room. There's not much there except a wooden desk. He's fervently working through some sort of a problem, I guess. He's trying stuff, throwing it away. And then I'll start just making note of his hair seems longer. His glasses seems like they got a crack in them.
I think even as you're in the middle of this, Roulette will probably shake you and just be like, I just want to make sure he's okay. He's always been off working, kind of doing his own thing. you've seen me with my books. He gets a little bit more obsessed than I do. Would you be able to send him a message?
Absolutely.
Okay. Uh, oh shit. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I'm typing this out. And I think that's under 25.
And theoretically, I could send many because today I would
I
only.
would add. I mean, Toby, specifically, if you wouldn't mind, and I'd write this down. Just send this twice to him. No changes. Just send this exactly to him. I don't think he'll be respond. He's probably you saw him working. He's probably not going to respond to. But if you wouldn't mind, just sending this to him twice, real quick.
I will also say, Toby Rama, by the nature of you witnessing him at work and a better understanding of this individual, I will say you do think you're now familiar enough that your sending message might go through.
I will.
Oh, that should say Letty's friend Toby saying hi.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll send those. I'll send it once. Give it a little pause. See if it feels like the connection is still there. If he's contemplating a response, and then be ready to send it again.
You send it, casting your magic while still watching him. And as you start uttering your words and you can feel the magic pull your words through space to his ears, you do see him stop writing and sort of cock his head. Is my baby girl safe? Thanks for reaching out, Toby.
Regardless of whether that was the first or the second one.
That'll be the first.
I'll send back another. Stronger and smarter every day.
Atta girl. Is his second response. And you see him just put his head down and continue to work.
And I will re-dictate all of that to you.
If you have one more spell slot, I would ask you to send the first message just one more time, verbatim.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I also get a check on how Roulette responded to
That's
my
amazing.
description of the scrying, the description of her response to the fact that he responded when she didn't expect him to?
Yeah, if you want to make an insight check. I'll say it's probably just going to be like a 12.
Can I preface what the main thing I'm looking up for? Does what I saw seem out of the ordinary, or is that about what she expected? And is she worried?
It's what she unfortunately expected. This is something that she's had this photo for a while, because when she mentions that like it's from Braves Respite, that was a while ago, and there's been a lot of travel time where she could have asked you to do this. So the fact that she waited a bit, you can kind of put the math together that she was probably hesitant to confirm some parts of whatever you saw potentially. But she's very, very happy that he's kind of just working, which is where he's probably strongest.
All right, if you need anything else, you let me know, all right?
I appreciate that, Toby.
Toby Rama, if you do send that message an additional time, like Roulette mentioned,
I do.
Within still the scope of the 10 minutes that happens, as you send it, you see again a cock of the head from Ernest, and then sort of a curious look, and his eyes sort of like dance around, and you just see like a proud, subtle smile come across his face.
Done. Thank you.
And he does not respond
Love
to that one.
you. Oh, I don't think Toby catches that, but
all right.
Something you were expecting to confirm. Yeah.
There are only about 2 days left of travel required to get toward where you expect to start engaging in Durastian conflict. Yes, Telperion.
As we are kind of moving in towards these points, Telperion is going to start spending more time than usual, like trying to go out of his way to like be helpful around with everything he can. So like using telekinetics to help like with loading and unloading things, and like just trying to like not he's intentionally not he's like not doing his potions in his room. He's like whenever he has a spare moment, he's spending it out among the Selethar, like just putting his whole will into everything he can help with.
You definitely, flavor wise, you definitely grow closer with some of the soldiers you haven't spent time with before. Many of them are interested in hearing about your travels, or even just want your company as they play drinking games that night as they settle down. Very sort of like blue collar camaraderie is very widely available in these war encampments to those who are interested in pursuing it. And so that you definitely get the Elvish people are very refined people in the first place, but you definitely get, a touch of the general soldier's life that's maybe a little more mundane or vanilla than your experience with the Crescent Knights training or royal family nobility, for sure. On the final day, before you arrive at your destination, Queen Elia will stride up to wherever you all are making your encampment for the night. Greetings, all of you. Well traveled so far, I hope. Lord Paragon Toby Rama, I'd like to borrow your ear for a moment.
But of course.
Come walk with me. I wanted to take a moment with you and share some insight that I realize has not been previously made available to your ears. Do you remember the nature of our first meeting?
We were tagging along. Gallus had something to do in Ostennis, and we were along for the experience, but I don't know that we knew why he was making this trip outside of troops for Force Hollow, and it seemed more layered than that.
It was. The reason for his trip was that he was having a unique experience with an object that he had held for some time. An item that now hangs around your neck or sometimes adorns your arm, however you carry it, the medallion. He brought it to me and Magnus to ask us if we could use some of our resources available to look into its whereabouts, see if we could discern anything about its capabilities. We had unfortunately little time to do so, as 3 days later an Durastian invasion took place. But although we were not able to discern anything about its power, I wonder if I might share with you some things he had shared with me.
I would greatly appreciate that.
For some reason, and perhaps you have already felt this, but Gallus suspected that this medallion, mysterious in its nature and origin, responded to conflict and chaos. When bandits would attack Force Hollow, which was an increasing frequency months ago, it would begin to hum with a warmth he had not felt before. And then, moments before the last time I saw him, it began to hum and glow. I recall it glowing too when it was on his person in the Prison Palace assault, where you all saved my life as well as Kari's and many of the Glass Guard. Gallus felt that this predicted something, like it was an omen of something to come. He felt it might be changing its very essence in response to great conflict. You might find it offers different capabilities than you're familiar with if the conflict is great enough. I have familiarized myself with some of the conflicts you all have come across. Fights at Force Hollow or Elandris. So far, none have touched the size of the invasion by Durast of Austenis, but I suspect the battle at Mersenia may be of equal size. Durast is now fully aware of your all's presence, your participation in the war, and the very real threat the United Army poses. Yes, we have what I believe is a tactical and likelihood of success in this battle, especially if you are able to break into the inside of the city. But it will be a fierce battle. If the medallion reacts in any particular ways, just know that Gallus seemed to not fear the medallion's power, but respect it. I would ask that you reflect on his memory if you encounter it in a different state than you've previously known it. Unfortunately, that is all I can offer. Our conversations on the matter were brief and cut short.
Might I ask you a related question? Did you know of his past in Durast?
Indeed, there is much he chose to share with me. I am pleased to know that apparently he might have shared it with you as well.
I've somewhat hesitated to truly look into this, as it was not told to me by him. He was killed by the Arknight, the Talon of Daenor. And the Talon referred to him as someone who used to be one of the four, used to be a Talon of Daenor, and seemed insistent that he was hindering himself by wielding an axe. Offered him a sword, and I hesitate to ask because I don't know if Gallus would prefer that that be left behind.
She contemplates for a moment and responds with, if you research the history of the Talons and Kings of Durast, you will find a Talon by the name of Noah Albrecht. But as you suggested, there are memories Gallus would rather keep behind him. As for the nature of him hindering himself, I can't necessarily speak to that. I did know he dramatically injured his right arm in between his previous life and by the time I got to know him. Perhaps an injury slowed him down. Still a fearsome warrior, as I saw him, though.
Thank you.
Well, do me a favor and just don't allow either of us to stray from his memory for too long a time.
I am happy to carry a piece of him with me.
Please, get back to your comrades, and I will do the same. Tomorrow night, I believe we set out for Marsenia. I'm excited to see how all of you fight in proper. I've heard grand tales.
I think we are quite adept at spinning fantastical tales, but there's merit to base it off of, I suppose.
I have seen some of it firsthand in the prison palace, but I suspect you have more to show these days. Thank you, Tobiram, for speaking with me. And again, that is the final instigation I will have before we arrive at our destination. The final day will arrive, and it is functionally Lordas Saturday, the 14th of First Seed. You will all be brought intel by an Aarakocra druid who had transformed into the form of an eagle to scout ahead a bit, and will announce that the city is well reinforced. There are palisades, spiked, angled palisade fences that will prevent easy approach on all sides of the city. We have identified the most likely route we should take to breach the inner city, or at least the military encampments of the inner city, with which we can conduct the distraction we are striving to achieve. Burning 5 or 6 of their encampment tents should do a suitable job of alerting their forces to run our way, giving the northern forces a chance to strike in true. Once that takes place, all attention will surely shift back to the northeast, as our forces are meager in comparison, And that will afford you all the chance to slip into the mines just to the west and pursue the Queen's suggestion of the tunnel, mine, and tomb with which you will need to pass to poke up back inside the city. We intend to strike at night to hinder their Wyvern Knights as well as their general scouting availability. Plus, that'll make the blaze a brighter distraction. Are you all ready?
I think Rome's on.
I'm ready to rally these troops.
So Critter, and you'll explain. Never mind. You'll explain this later.
Well, Rome, what do you have in mind?
So what I'm imagining is that we have all our troops, like, they come gather. Like, maybe I send my the animals out to like gather all the troops and bring them to one area. Sage Blossom's gonna be in the middle. I'm gonna create like a kind of like circles around Sage Blossom, Wild Sage Blossom.
Perfect.
Rome, I think Shaggy might be a perfect platform for this. Jiri, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I will sit on Shaggy.
Sure.
Oh,
He can fly.
I like that idea. I'm also going for this look. This is the look that I'm going for. I'm gonna use plant growth to well, I mean, I guess also like kind of grow like mycelium and things like that. What I'm envisioning is that once everybody is around in this like big concentric circles around me, I've like grown my vines out to like touch every single one of the troops.
Yeah, do that.
In the area.
Ooh,
Connect
very
us
cool.
all.
Very cool.
Where'd that gopher go? I feel like you should be holding him.
I can hold the gopher like under my arms.
Yeah.
Okay. So like once everybody's there, I do use plant growth and like everybody's connected, everybody's touching. And I start by saying, standing before me are the men and womankind willing to lay their lives before them for a cause against evil. As history rewrites itself once again, our light must illuminate the darkness in our vast world, for we cannot allow these insidious acts to disrupt the delicate balance of the laws of nature. By standing here today and moving into the future, you are defending the spatial and temporal dimensions of our very existence. These dark actors believe they can break the bonds that unite us by taking our breath, but we cannot be destroyed. Even if we fail materially, our matter will only stand to fuel the beasts that will continue to fight for our cause. The natural world always prevails and reaches a dynamic equilibrium. We are connected. We are one. We have the power of each other as we all share the same energy. We are warriors and made of the same matter that made warriors and powerful creatures of our past. Harness that primordial energy. Channel the ancient matter that composes your physical form. This matter has fought and prevailed many times in our past, and we can do it again. And I imagine like my like vines kind of like pulse everybody and like, are like gripping everyone. Feel our collective energy. Creation unite.
Creation unite! Creation unite! You hear a chant of a chorus in repetition from all of the remaining forces here around you, and no roll required. Every unit, all 5 of you commanders, because of the morale boost to your soldiers, all 5 commanders will get an additional +1 to morale.
Woo!
Yay.
And I had determined this pre-session, if someone was going to give a speech, I was going to give that person inspiration. So Alex/Rome, please take a point of inspiration.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. I want to special thanks to Telperion for nominating me for this special event.
Incredible.
Very
Zoom
good
out.
speech.
Yep, switch zooms. he bailed. My Spotify keeps pausing periodically, which is so weird.
Can't you all just rejoin the Zoom in the right place for me?
You have to reshuffle our stuff.
Just a little bit.
As you are all cheering together, lifting morale, preparing for the coming conflict, you also see in the crowd Queen Alaya just as one of the people, and you see her periodically through the rest of the following hours before nightfall where preparations are being made. She gives no speech, but instead is just taking her time going and speaking with individuals throughout the camps. Just simple conversations and meetings, and allowing herself to exchange words and handshakes with many members of this army that are fighting for her people, her nation.
Did Roulette ever talk to us about the feather, Will?
Oh, he's not here. I would have mentioned at one point at one evening. I said, Mr. Magnus, Noon Magnus. He's interested in getting that fancy feather at his back. Queen Alaya didn't say it was an urgent thing, so I think as long as we don't lose it ourselves, next time we meet up with him, it might be a gesture of goodwill to give it back to him. But whoever has it, don't go losing it.
Who does have it?
Don't have it. Not me.
Telperion, I thought you had it.
I have it. That is right.
You're Mr. Weapon Boy.
Yes, this weapon thing that.
Come on, whistle. Whistle
Well-
for us, Telperion.
Whistle for you? I might blow it off my hand a little bit. Ooh, and then I'm gonna put it away. We'll give it back if we meet him. If he asks what happened to it, I won't be able to persuade him of anything but the truth. So
Oof, dude, do you not know how to whistle?
I can whistle.
Inside check.
Prove it.
I feel like you can't.
Telperion. Yeah,
Prove
I
it.
can whistle too.
Yeah, prove it, Toby. And as he's doing that, I'll do a little like twist of my hand behind my back, and I'll make a prestidigitation whistle noise as I am whistling.
Amazing.
Deception check.
Just
Yeah, I'm gonna say if it had if prestidigitation has a verbal component, this deception check is definitely with disadvantage.
I don't know if it does.
I don't know either.
Yeah, verbal somatic.
Okay, deception at disadvantage because you have to mutter the incantation.
5.
My passive insight of 19 clocks you.
You hear a whistle noise as Telperion's mouth is making other movements.
That's how elves whistle.
Nuh-uh. That wasn't real.
You're welcome for your first elvish whistle. And I'm gonna walk away so I can't be mocked.
To your knowledge.
Yeah, within my hearing.
Eventually, a captain of the Selethar will approach you and say, take your remaining hour to finalize anything you need. At each of your orders as commanders, we'll begin to make the final approach under cover of night. Nightfall should be in about an hour and a half or so.
Can you remind us of what proficiency with a army unit provides?
If you are, I don't know that we called it proficiency. I think if you're, oh yeah, we did say proficient. That would allow you to roll initiative with advantage. So right now, since Toby Rama
Yeah,
and
that
Jiri
passes
are
spell
not
for
used
that.
to commanding the Selethar, you do not have advantage. Telperion does have advantage on the Selethar initiative. And then Roulette,
No, I don't.
You don't, but you've used the Auracor, you've maintained the Auracor enough where you're probably getting close to proficient, even if you haven't formally trained with them. But you've done enough combats where you do two or more of those, you might automatically get proficient with that unit.
I lost the last batch of birds, so probably not for this batch.
Fair enough. And then, of course, Rome is proficient as well with her Fauna followers. So right now, only Telperion and Rome get advantage on their unit initiative. And the initiative modifier is your morale.
Yeah. I feel good with a little +5.
Good damage.
5.
To war!
All right, well, you guys let me know when you're ready, and we can kick off the skirmish.
Toby will get ready to cast tongues so he can even command this group of Selethar.
Did you say we're going at night for this?
Yes, it is a night assault.
Is there going to be something on fire in the distance?
Not other than perhaps torchlight available, but the goal is to move to the distance and set things on fire.
Is the moon out?
Ooh, make a nature check.
Will that change if the moon's out?
You hold the power of celestial bodies.
You do kind of manifest what the current conditions are. With 18, you're able to quickly assess the lunar schedule. Selenix, the largest white bright moon, is absolutely visible high in the sky. You also see the red moon, Sanaki, off in the horizon to the east, pretty low to the horizon, actually, barely visible. You don't see the blue moon right now.
Thalessa.
And then you do see Almeida, the golden moon,
4
directly above. Yeah, there are 4 moons. Selenix the white, and then which is a large moon, far larger than our typical moon we see. It's probably 10 times the size of that, just hanging in the sky. And then the yellow, red, and blue are more like our size of moon.
The only reason I'm asking, I am going to have Daisy pop out, and as we are like doing our final approach, Daisy's going to take out her tiny little spell dart wand, which has been loaded with Skywrite today, and she is going to, with my help, figure out the correct angle to get to write these wispy little clouds, and she's just going to write Creatia United in clouds above the battlefield, leading up to as we are about to attack.
Very, very cool. How does it look when Daisy casts that spell through the spell dart?
Oh, that's a great question. I imagine the dart like glows and like because this is like the first time she's doing it. It's going to glow and vibrate very violently in her hand. So like you see this like tiny little thing, and she's like trying to like hold a laser pointer at the sky, and it's just like shaking her entire body as like wispy clouds spout out of it.
Very cool.
And I'll tell Daisy I'll work on that to get it a little easier for her.
Night arrives, and with the falling temperatures of night, there also begins to start a very, very faint and thin snowfall. Nothing that would impede forward progress or difficult terrain, but thin cloud cover and some snowflakes drifting down.
I will cast twice at 2nd level aid to get us 5 and Shaggy an additional 5 max hit points.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to summon Aquilari right before we getting ready for actual warfare.
Okay.
Steel Sync.
What?
Steel Sync.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh, do I do it right away? Probably not. I wait.
All right, just preparing things here for a moment.
War. What is it good for? Exciting sessions of D&D.
What?
All right. Nightfall arrives, and it is time to move out. You and your armies and units you're commanding begin to move forward.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And then the pace intensifies. People start jogging, and then a full run begins as you get closer and closer to the encampments. And as the first couple banks of palisade fences start to come into your peripheral vision and you pass them, you begin to see the Durastian forces anchoring behind them, defending the city. And we will move you to this map as the fight begins. There's a sort of yellow box in here. You guys are free to manipulate yourselves into the starting position you prefer within that yellow box. The black squares represent impassable palisade barricades. They're kind of visible on the map, but so faintly that I wanted to sort of highlight what spaces are not visible or traversable unless you guys break them down in some way. But as you guys continue to get past further palisades, you will see additional units hiding behind them, or maybe not hiding behind them. Or they might just on their own volition leave the safety of their palisades and come attack you. The goal is to march farther into the map and set fire, functionally attacking and damaging enough various tents in this vicinity. If you set fire to 5 Durastian camps, you have achieved victory. And as with the rules of warfare, everyone who burns a tent will get an additional point of morale per tent burned, because that is a victory condition being met.
Are we not supposed to be seen?
The goal is there's a tertiary goal here. The goal is to create a distraction over here. It was heavily recommended by Alaya in her original proposal for this strategy the 5 of you can't be seen, meaning, hey, your unit can't fall to 50% or lower and have your commander revealed, because if so, the infiltration mission will be more difficult. If they can tell that you guys are involved in this attack, their guards are going to go up inside and they're going to maybe get scared and injure or more heavily defend the prisoners inside. Your future goal, your future mission will be easier if none of you are revealed in this combat.
Okay.
So it's a sort of sub goal within the context of this victory.
It's the turn limit for bonus XP.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know this is always cumbersome and I always forget how to smooth it out, but I think it's that time. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. You can click on your character or your unit. I forget how it is optimal to show stuff, but I will start rolling initiative from my end.
If you click on your character, then your character will show up in the turn order, which I think makes it easier for us to see for everyone. So click your character first, not your unit.
So if our morale is +2, we get +2, and if we're proficient with our units, we get advantage.
Advantage, correct.
Oh, also that might only work for me because yeah. Oof.
Add 3 to what I roll. do my best friends. Let's go minus one more.
Pyrobat. Good thing I'm a tactician.
Alright, he's a tactical bitch.
My initiative is 7, not that.
So
I got it.
Toby Rama, do you say you had an adjustment you wanted me to make to your
yes,
initiative?
15
Add-
becomes 18.
Okay. All right. Do we think we're in good shape to start out here? Let's sort. And then Telperion, you are welcome to make an adjustment before combat kicks off.
I do not
I'll
see a roll
go-
on the counter, at least. I see her roll there. To the chat, 12.
I'll go after
I don't know
Jiri.
why.
Wait, no, I'm silly. It doesn't matter. No, I'll go after Jiri.
Sorry, we said Rome, you were a 12.
Yeah, 12.
We'll put you guys ahead of Durast. Rome, Roulette, anyone care who goes before the other? You guys had tied. Your turn's
No.
not yet, but okay, we'll just leave it the way it is then. Telperion, did you say you did want to make an adjustment?
Actually, I'll go before Jiri.
And I need to make one more
Quick
roll.
question: did I do this right? It's just our
Morale.
initiative modifier is just our morale, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And Telperion, you said you'll go before Jiri?
Yeah.
Okay. Snapping up to Jiri. All right, well, first, it is Durast's turn. This small unit over here, now visible, will begin to move. Its available movement will use its bonus action to press an additional space, then take aim with its crossbows in range of 2 and launch attacks at Roulette for 1d8.
We have movement to range 3 as Celithar, correct?
Correct. A full 8 to your unit, Roulette. And they will see
So
their turn. Telperion, you are up. And I'll get rid of this yellow boundary now.
Sorry. What?
I meant to say if I could start in the air as a flyer, but it's fine.
So 2 is the max I can move, right?
Without a dash.
Without a dash. I'm going to move 2 more and dash. And that gives it my bonus action, right?
No, that's your
That is
action.
your action.
Oh, as opposed to attacking. Bonus action, I will defend.
As you get there and take a defensive position, an additional unit is revealed here. That will immediately join
So
the fray.
pass.
An 18. For some reason, that's not working. There we go. All right. Telperion action, bonus action, camouflage. Is that what you said? Oh, no, defend.
Yeah.
Okay. Jiri, your turn.
Sorry, Jerry.
Sorry for what?
Me and Toby blocking you in.
Oh, it's all good. I'll just move up, meet these guys head on, and attack.
Okay. Go ahead and 4d8.
I have no idea how much damage I do. 48. Okay.
18 reduced
18
to
damage
9
to
as
them.
they were all enforcing this position start automatically defending. But you do successfully deal 9 damage to them.
And then as a bonus action, I will defend.
Okay. I don't recall if the Worm Knights have been in
We saw them once.
warfare. You guys did see them at the
They had
fort
crazy
battle.
movement.
Yes, they did, and they do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bonus action dash 5, 6, and they still have 2 more available movement. But because they've moved to this space and they've moved 6 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they will attack Telperian's unit for 1d8 plus 6 because of their momentum feature. Ooh, low roll for 8, reduced to 4 for you defending, and then they will use their remaining 2 movement to fly this way.
Yes.
Bonus action, movement, action. That is them. Then it will be this unit's turn, who will 1, 2, bonus action press to this location, preventing Telperian's unit from moving further, and will action attack Telperian's unit.
That little
For
thing
what?
me.
1d8. 8 damage.
Jesus.
No halves.
Oh, halved to 4, correct. And out of curiosity, I want to... Okay, just making sure. All right, that's their turn. Toby Rama, you're up.
We will move to intercept the wyverns. Using our... Oh, sorry. Movement of 2, not 3.
Correct, yep.
And we
But
will
still
launch
helpfully within
a volley
range.
of arrows at them.
You also can move 1 less because your range is better. It'll help you movement wise later.
That's fine.
You're gonna have to double back to get through that area in front.
But 4d8, yes?
48.
7, 5, 2, 3 gives me 17 total.
17. A very healthy attack on a otherwise pretty evasive unit, and reducing them below 50%
Woo!
means the Wyvern Knight needs to succeed on a morale check, functionally charisma, or immediately suffer -1 morale. That is a fail. So they immediately fall from an 18 to a 17 initiative.
Nice.
Except that just interacted strangely.
Wait, does that mean he gets to go again?
No.
That would be bad.
Oh, that's funny.
Me
That's
getting
why
to
that
go
interacted
before the
again.
next time would be great. If they
Yeah,
get to
so
go
we will
after that.
we will skip their turn in 1 second because they can't go twice. As well as because their commander is revealed, surprise, it's a Wyvern Knight commanding a squad of Wyvern Knights. Toby Rama, you can take an attack and a turn against that commander.
Does he functionally have... He doesn't take any damage until further unit
Correct.
damage against
Correct.
him. Okay, so
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yep.
Tactically, before this, we know this is a means to getting us into the door. So we know that we're about to have like a lot of
Yeah.
stuff in front of us.
not to dump our heavy hitting spells to get us through whatever's in the month.
That's just good for all of us to keep in mind.
Yeah.
That there's not a short, long rest right after.
So that means a cantrip would be certainly good.
I mean, also feel free to burn spells.
Yeah, I think while I'm commanding, I'll have shield out, no bow, strung, and be spell slinging. So I'll hit him with a Toll the Dead. It won't be its max efficacy, but still, wisdom
Okay.
save.
Whiz save.
Let's fail.
13
for
is a
3d8
fail.
plus my 1d8 for
What
14,
is
15.
Toll the Dead's range?
60.
Okay, just curious.
I rolled really good. 2 8s, a 6, and a 1. So 23 damage.
23.
Yeah, split between
Okay.
necrotic and radiant.
Alrighty.
Bonus action. Rome is out here currently at 1 space, so I will not hide myself, and I will use bonus action defend.
Got it. All right. It is not the Wraithwatch Worm Knight's turn. It is Rome's turn.
And swarm first, right here.
Okay, I'm going to move your character for a second. Copy that square. Boom.
And then I'm within 1 space, so I'm gonna attack this dude.
I think
Can I
your range.
not attack him?
Yeah, so your range is just 1, so you have to be directly next to him in order to attack.
Okay, could I be right here?
Yeah, you got to move 2 full squares
Diagonal
to the
does not
right.
work.
Oh, diagonal does not work. Okay, yeah, I'll go right here.
Okay, so perfect. Yeah, your unit moves 2 to the right, and you are more than welcome to attack that unit. Go ahead and roll your 2d8.
Nice.
Nice.
For
Hey.
12. 12 will reduce the unit to 0, which automatically moves them 1 further lower in morale. And they have to succeed on a morale check to even try and stay in the fight. Gotta beat a 10. A 15. Functionally, this unit is reduced to 0. It cannot attack anyone. It's therefore kind of not a threat. However, it can still occupy spaces and prevent, therefore, your progression. It can hold locations like siege equipment, things like that. So it can still present a variable on the battlefield, but is otherwise reduced to such low numbers that they are no longer a threat to you guys.
Yeah, so like if this person in front of Telperion has that happen, that'd be bad.
But Rome, because you have attacked their unit, you also, Rome, can take a turn against their commander.
As Rome, correct?
As Rome, yep.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna blight him.
Mess them up. Well, make sure you're not using your big spells right now. Is
Yeah,
what
that's
we
not
were
a big
just saying.
spell.
Oh, it's not. Okay,
That's
never
like a
mind.
minor spell
Yeah,
now.
we got 6-level spells now.
All
Yeah.
right, that's
How
a
dare I.
con save. Yes.
Yes, that's a con save.
Okay.
17.
Fuck.
That is a
yes.
fail. Go ahead and roll your damage.
With a baby.
Right.
Heavy hit. And with that attack, that Wyvern Knight is bloodied. He's taking a lot of damage, and he is scrambling to try and keep the remaining bits of his forces organized enough to even hold positions. But that unit is pretty
Hold
much
up,
out
can I
of the fight.
vicious mockery him because I caused damage?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can do that whether or not you cause damage. That's just a free bonus action cantrip.
Excellent.
So is
taste
that-
of dirt. Taste
Is
of
that
dirt.
wisdom?
Yes, it's a wisdom save. Need to make 12.
Hey.
Not gonna work.
Eee.
3d4 now.
Oh shit! Yeah.
4.
That's also.
Nice.
9 psychic damage to him. All right.
What's the kicker with that? Does he like roll with disadvantage?
Negative
Yeah.
D4 on his next saving throw.
Yeah.
Or no,
it's disadvantage on the next attack roll, which
I
is
get my sliver.
somewhat
Disadvantage on the
muted
next
in the. Yeah. So we'll see if he even gets to make an attack roll. Oh, actually, Blight is a 30-foot range, I think, so you're fine there. Vicious Mockery's got to be that or more. Okay,
It's
Cool.
more.
60 feet.
cool.
He's asking this for a reason, and we don't know yet.
All right, that is your turn, Rome. Anything else? I think
There's it.
movement, action, bonus action. Got it. Wait. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, who do we got next? Roulette, you and the Auracor.
Moving over 1, swinging at the solo group that
The smaller group.
exerted themselves and is clearly not defending.
Yep, they had
So
to press to get up to you.
15 to them.
15 will reduce them below 50%, and their knight commander is revealed, who has to make a morale save. Fail. So that unit is reduced to a 20. That is an interesting interaction.
Jiri has a
I did
high
that for you
morale,
guys.
so does he go first?
Yeah, I bumped him below. I bumped that unit now goes after Telperion and Jiri because of that interaction.
Yeah.
Plus, because the knight is revealed, Roulette, you are more than welcome to take a turn against the knight.
Bonus action arcane weapon. We're gonna do lightning. And I'm gonna swing. First swing.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
Very healthy hit. Not anything he can do about that.
I'm gonna see if I program this right. I don't remember. So there should be an extra D6 in there.
D8 plus 5 plus D6.
Wow, I'm rolling ones. 15, 18. 18 total. Nope, sorry. 22.
Yes, with Dragoon.
No, wait. Sorry. I did this right the first time because it's
The extra
1d8.
D6 plus 4.
Yep. 15 total damage on the first swing. Yes, you saw that correctly in there. Yeah.
All right. Nice swing at him. Go ahead and for your second strike.
And then I will just swing again. Same thing.
17. The knight will parry, buffing his AC to dodge that attack.
Neat. I moved one space. I'm going to move one space up. Are these blocks 5-foot barriers by any chance?
They're also like 100-foot blocks, but they're tall enough preventing your way forward, but you elevating yourself is 100% clearing that obstacle.
Perfect. So over 1, up 1, forward 2. Your mention of siege units, do I see anything that would be super effective against flying Pokemon?
I'm going to give you a wing icon for
Wing.
up in the air. You see a couple things. You see, number one, from that vantage point, you see this unit directly below you come into view now that you've breached the barrier of the palisade. As well as, with a little bit of elevation off in the distance, you can see 4 trebuchets off in the distance that are all currently loading flaming rocks that are about to fire toward all of you.
Incredible.
Bonus action defend.
Smart.
Okay. All right. It is this unit's turn.
Your girl's going down.
No
As in you.
No one's getting revealed.
This unit
Oh, he's boxed in by his friend.
will bonus action press to the right, forcing Jiri's army and unit to move back 1 space as it's able to advance 1 space, and then it will take aim with their crossbows up toward the airborne most forward pressing unit so far. Actually, I think if you're there, I do think that's out of their range. Actually, they do angle that, but then they feel that's out of their range, so then they will target Jiri's unit instead. And Jiri, I think you are defending, so you'll take half of this. 4d8 coming at you, Jiri. Ooh, good rolls pretty much. 19 reduced to 9. 9 damage to you, Jiri.
I have 100 HP to start with, right?
Correct. All right, that'll be their turn. Next turn, acting in unison, you hear shouting in the distance as 4 trebuchets launch in the direction, flying flaming meteors coming in your direction.
Oh shit.
We're going to angle 2 of those at Roulette's unit and 2 of those at Telperian's unit. First one trebuchet coming at Roulette. 12 reduced to 6. Second trebuchet coming at Roulette.
Oh.
9 reduced to 4.
10 total.
We got a dash. Maybe. Yeah.
Less effective against grounded units, more dangerous for flying units. 2 trebuchets coming at you, Telperian. First one. 3. Were you defending?
Yeah.
Okay, reduced to 1.
Otherwise,
then
they
6
have to
reduced-
see him.
Then
Take
6
it.
reduced to 3. So 4 total damage to you. Not much, but safe damage from a distance. And Telperian, it
No,
is
but the
functionally the top
initiative-
of initiative, I think. So you're welcome to make an initiative change.
Roulette may go before me.
Incredible. Incredible.
Very well. Roulette, you're up.
That seems
1,
sarcastic
2.
and genuine at the same time.
I agree.
8. Hold on, I'm doing math. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Are
5.
you bum rushing them?
Holy shit. All right, pause for a second. You're passing some palisades and other units are about to be revealed.
Eat my dust.
On your left, a Wyvern Knight unit. On your right, a larger Durastian unit. Okay, you may resume. I will fiddle with numbers for their units real quick.
7 forward, 1 down.
Ooh, back.
7 forward, 1 down. Okay.
Bonus
gotta
action
roll.
defend.
Okay, initiative for the left is an 18. Initiative for the right is less. Modifier wise,
Oh my god,
which
it's
is
fun on the 20.
nat 20.
There's almost 2 net
Um,
20s.
So they get a turn.
Zoom.
Yep.
Zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Oh no, what's that from?
Pitch
that
Perfect.
horrible thing? Yikes.
That's my turn.
And we've been moving them under you guys for ties. So we'll go there, but they're faster than that for a tie. And then this big unit that just rolled a 20 will also go at the same time as this other unit. And we'll say they're slower. That is your turn. 7 forward, 1 down. You are grounded, no longer in the air. Very nicely done. Did you defend as a bonus action?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Telperian, you're up.
All right. Well, the only way forward is forward, so I'm gonna attack this unit.
Very well.
Well, actually, you know what? Can I attack over a palisade?
You absolutely can, as long as you can see the unit. They have been functionally revealed, so yeah, if you move to the left, you could target that unit with your
Yeah.
long range.
We're gonna do that, and I'll move 2 this way,
Okay.
and then blast arrows up at them.
Go ahead and roll your 4d8.
Oh, baby.
$16 plus 7 is 23.
What's the +7 from?
Oh,
was doing
it was
math.
counting
partially.
16. Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh,
It was just
gotcha.
the 4d8.
23 total from the 48, reduced to 11 because until these units move, they are by default defending. That will do 11 damage to that unit. Okay. Movement, attack, bonus action.
Right, and I'm going to defend again.
Okay. Jiri, your unit.
Roulette, when you attack this unit, how bloody was that guy?
I barely did any damage to him. I got the unit down to half health, but I only scratched him as a knight.
Correct. The unit is looking weak and scattered, but the commander is still pretty good.
It's worth it to hit the unit to like get the unit out of
So that they
commission.
can't
But
move.
You roll attack rolls
If
against us.
I go here, I can reach them, right? Because this
With
would
a
be
range of
1,
3,
2,
yes.
3. Okay,
Yes,
so I'll
you
move
can
there and
Pull out
we
your
will-
longbows.
longbow attack, yes.
Perfect.
48.
Shots are fired. 4d8.
Juicy.
Healthily enough to reduce that to 0. Have to succeed on a morale check to even try and stay in the fight. That's a failure, and they are forced to retreat entirely, completely removed from the map.
excellent day.
Cool. I will move up 1 more and defend. I think I can move up 1 more.
Yeah, you
I
will-
think so.
you
Yeah,
will
if you only
there.
moved 1 so far, then yeah.
Yeah, I will move there and defend.
Okay, perfect. It is this unit's turn, who will definitely shoot at Telperion. 4d8. $14, I believe you're defending, so reduced to 7.
Nice.
And then they will move up 1, over 1. Bonus action, press.
Fuck, yes.
That will be it for their turn. Toby.
So there's not really much of a reason to go for this Wyvern Knight anymore because they can't move, they can't attack, they are just functionally.
They
taking up that space.
move. They can move.
Oh.
But they cannot attack you guys with an HP of 0.
Oh.
But they can move and block obstacles and stuff like that.
Let's focus on the big ones that can hurt us in the meantime.
Yeah.
You do know the commander's bloodied, just as a variable. But again, priority assessment.
We'll take it out.
Um.
I think there's no wrong move there.
There's a 3-gap chokehold up there, so there's not actually like a rush because 3 of us can't rush through that space. So I will go 1, fire at them. before I
Perfect.
move.
Go ahead and roll your 4d8.
Not as great. 15 total.
You attack some of their numbers and you see an extra Wyvern fall, but their numbers are already so thin that your damage just is not very densely effective, but you do get a free turn against the Wyvern Knight Captain.
I will do a Toll the Dead to start, and we'll see what happens. So, Wisdom save.
Wisdom save, and he is injured.
So that's a D12 instead of a D8.
Fail.
That's 3D12 and then a D8. 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 5 is 21. 21 damage.
That's a strong ass cantrip. 3d12 and a d8 because your blessed strikes. 21 damage. Looking pretty rough.
My second level spells are kind of regenerative because of my channel divinity if I need to. So yeah, I will. I don't have my bow out, but I will still cast my flying arrow bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay, that lasts for a minute, right?
It
So
lasts
it's
for a
only going
minute,
to get
so I'm
one attack
getting one
basically
attack off
here.
here.
Yep. Go ahead and roll it.
D20
Roll
plus
it.
10. Yikes, I rolled a 3. plus 10 is 13, which is not great. Is there anything worth doing here to that? Probably not. My clockwork and my luck point are for more valuable things, so I will let that miss.
Okay. It misses and fades after a minute of time.
And then I have one more movement. Oh, there we go. And I will do that. Bonus action
Okay.
and defend.
Okay. Roletti.
Bring it on, bitch.
They're coming for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
War.
Using their bonus action to dash, doubling their movement from 4 to 8, and then attacking you with their action. This is going to be 1d8 plus 8.
That's a cool passive.
Wow. 16. Were you defending?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the only thing I
Okay.
do.
Okay, so that is reduced to 8 total damage. And now they're in your way unless you fly or something. They are exposed, though, because they were not able to defend.
Ooh, that's good.
Next, it is this unit's turn. Who will move 1 to the left, fire at Telperion for 1d8. Reduced to 4.
They are rolling well.
They are.
Yeah.
And then they will move their available remaining spot, and then they will press. Wraithwatch Knight's turn. Bonus action, dash, and action dash to move up 1 space and forward 11 spaces.
Pussy.
That is their turn. Rome, you are up.
Muted.
I have a oh wait, never mind. Alright, so I can't rotate. I can't like twist myself.
No.
Okay, so I have to stay in the orientation that I'm in.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna dash over 1 and then up 3.
Okay.
So I'll end up here.
Perfect.
And then I'm gonna swarm.
Okay. Which
And I
space in
guess-
front of you?
Gonna make a box.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a box. Right here.
Join the
Alrighty.
square squad.
What's your range?
1.
Dang, that's so hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are a bunch of bears and wolves and tigers and stuff like that. So it's all very claw
Oh my.
melee based.
And I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Quick turn for Rome. Jiri, this unit is going to move 1, 2.
How dare they?
Oh no.
You.
Dare you.
Then they are going to attack you 48.
4 1s incoming.
Would be great.
Not quite.
You are defending, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just 9 damage to you.
E.
They used 1-2 movement. They have their bonus action. Let's say they will defend.
We gotta take these guys out.
And no, we're taking way too many attacks.
Trebuchet no longer gaining an aerial advantage against Roulette's group, but still prioritizing them as a near target. We'll still say 2 against Roulette, 1 against Jiri, 1 against Telperion. I'm just going to roll these more quickly. This is both attacks coming at you, Roulette. 11, you're defending, reduced to 5. 1 at Jiri. 4, reduced to 2. And 1 at Telperion.
I have a nice amount of health.
6 reduced to 3. That is Trebuchet Group's turn. Roulette, you're up.
Top of the initiative, Mr. Telperian, do you want to do anything?
Indeed.
Tyrion looks around and wonders if any of his
I'm in kind of a shitty spot. I don't have a way to get out.
I'm gonna move Roulette, or I'm sorry, I'm gonna move Rome in front of me. No, hang on. If I go, I'll dash. Yeah, we're just gonna have to chokehold it. I'll just let Rome go so she can get an attack.
Ahead of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Roulette, it is still your turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, still on the ground, swinging at Admiral.
Defend.
They did not
What?
defend. Go ahead and roll your
Oh,
48.
yeah. Sorry, yes. I thought you said I didn't defend.
Sorry.
I was very confused.
They
You're
didn't.
fine.
12 does not reduce them to
Eh.
half.
I hate this fucking thing. I hate it so much. This is so stupid. Bonus action, defend, end of turn.
Rome, your turn again.
All right. So I am gonna first swarm
Yeah.
Ooh,
right here
Smart.
big now.
Square squad.
and big, and then I'm gonna move up 1
Squish squash.
to then attack this situation. Oh, thank
Those
you.
little guys.
Go ahead and roll your 4d8. They pressed and are therefore not defending.
Ooh. Roll
Not
4
anticipating
eights.
a basically double movement by Rome's unit by the time they could go again because of the tactical move. 20.
Nice.
Healthily eats into their hit points, definitely reduces them by half, and their commander will be revealed as I move it.
Revealed as a bitch.
Revealed as a bitch.
One of the Wraithwatch, a Wraithwatch spell writer, who will need to try a morale check in order to prevent an initiative change. Needs to beat a 10.
Yes.
Does not beat a 10. He will fall. So that unit is an 18 becomes a 17, which actually doesn't affect anything, thankfully for me. Okay. Took a hit to morale. Rome, you may make an attack against this commander. Rome may take a turn.
Get 'em.
I'm going to Primal Savagery his ass.
Okay. Go ahead and
The
roll.
ass.
Um,
Should I follow Rome so you guys can fight through that opening? I don't want to leave
Yeah,
you two.
the 3 of us trying to get through that 3 square space is going to be hard.
ooh.
I can attack this guy and try to just take a piece off the map.
Probably best.
11 is not going to hit, actually.
Oh, we should take care of this guy.
So as you rush toward this mounted mage knight, he just waves his hand and almost with a shimmer of telekinetic energy just pushes your arm off course a little bit with his magic.
That 21 would have been nice too.
I
But,
know.
but your bonus action.
I already did my bonus action, which was a swarm.
But
Well,
No,
within the
oh.
context of a combat turn, Rome can still make a bonus action
Oh,
separate from your unit's bonus action.
I think that Vicious Mockery only works when you've done damage, correct?
I don't think that's true. I think you can do
No.
it whenever.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, all right. Coming back
you
for a
can
second.
double cantrip every turn. That's the
Oh,
thing.
I didn't realize that.
Oh,
All
there,
right,
yeah, that's
all
true.
right. Cool. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna Vicious Mockery him.
All right, whiz save.
Like, didn't
he
get you the
is
first time. Gonna get you the
proficient.
next time.
Ooh, that's a fail, so that's 3d4 to him.
Plus 87.
Seven.
7 psychic damage. I need to make sure the condition for this is met
Only
before I try and do something.
And then disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay. As he is damaged, he chants an infernal mockery of you in response, and I need you to please
What?
make a dex save as he casts Hellish Rebuke as a reaction.
How dare you?
That bitch.
And this will use his highest level slot. Dex, their spell save is a 15, so that is a fail. Hellish Rebuke is
How many
normally
D10s?
2d10. At a 5th level, it is 5d10.
Yikes!
Oh, why? Come on.
Yeah, waste of a spell slot.
Do you have absorb elements?
34 fire damage to Rome in retribution for your attack.
For your
His
7
unit-
psychic.
His unit is on the ropes. He's having a difficult time commanding them, but at least he can take some retribution against you.
Yeah, at least he's got that.
That was rude.
But
That's rude,
damage
actually.
to Rome doesn't affect her revealing
Unit.
this.
Correct.
Okay. That's good.
Fine, you got me this
Um,
time.
Yep. All right. If that's it for
Bitch
Rome,
me.
it'll be Telperian's turn.
I'm-
Also, as we say Telperian's turn, we should check in real quick. It is 9 o'clock. We're clearly, I think, not going to finish this combat within today's session. What are your temperatures on this situation?
That's a good question. Finish this round.
I got hours in me.
I don't
Yeah,
think
let's
our
say-
East time zone people have that
I-
in them.
yeah, let's finish this round.
Yeah, finish this round. I'm fading over here.
Okay.
Your
We'll finish
boys
this round,
trying to
and then we
survive.
will pause
True.
it here and pick back up next time.
All right. I'm going to move 2 and then shoot this guy.
Okay, yeah, definitely within your 3 range. Long bows. Go ahead and roll your damage, but it's pretty much guaranteed to take them to 0.
19 damage.
19 damage absolutely reduces that unit to 0. Has to succeed
Oh,
on
18
a morale
damage, sorry.
check to even stay in it. Gotta hit a 10.
Fuck.
Okay, their unit does stay in, but you, Telperian, can make an attack against this commander.
All right. To do this right. Loaf, first strike. Oh,
Mhm.
Loaf. Fly on in.
Okay.
Distract him. Burp in his
Health
face.
action, advantage first strike.
And I'm gonna make this my moon flame blade.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Definitely hits. Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 6 and a 5. We love it. So that's that. And I will psionic this as well. I want to kill this fucker. 8. We love it.
It has not taken a ton of damage yet.
All right. Yeah, sure. So then my d8s. All right. Oh, I forgot my calculator. So 7 plus.
Calculator.
Well, I just want to do it fast now when I do extra damage like that. 30 damage.
30 damage. That is a healthy chunk. Dex
Strength save, please.
as it is a following minute. He does have his reaction again. He does not have a 5th level spell slot anymore, so it's
Oh.
less potent. But Dex save, please, and he will also get
right.
a strength save. He does
Ooh,
succeed.
15.
15 succeeds against his spell save. Meets it, beats it. So it'll be 4d10, then halved. So 8 damage to Telperian.
A little more fire. What's it gonna hurt? Regular attack now. No advantage. Just do you have an alicorn with me? I don't think that really does anything here. 23 to hit.
Absolutely hits. Can't use his reaction. Yep. Get him there.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 damage on that one.
Another good hit. He's definitely healthily bloodied. Struggles to stay on his horse.
I guess I should have done a bonus action. Bonus action. I don't even. I'm almost done with my turn, but oh, you know what? I'm gonna quick toss the sliver at him.
Okay. Go
I
for
move
it.
back and as I'm going out, quick toss. A sliver, 28 to hit,
Hits.
and I will mark off the quick toss. My sliver is a d6 plus 4. 9 damage.
Okay. He is definitely very bloodied.
And that is my turn.
Okay.
That was almost 50 damage, right? 39 plus 12.
Yep.
14.
Hubbity doo. Jiri, you're up.
All right, we will move up. We will be in range for some. These guys didn't defend, did they?
I'm actually struggling to see. Are they even in the combat order?
They are at number nothing.
I don't think
'cause
they're.
they are
No,
not
I
in
don't
the
think they're
combat
even
order.
in there. So they have just fallen off my radar, and you got the benefit of maybe some extra d8s not being thrown at you. Let me roll real quick. Just slot them in here.
That's on me because I flew by them too fast. Sadie.
I shouldn't even have mentioned them.
13 total. That is their initiative. 13.
Didn't even have mentioned it.
I don't think it will end up mattering. But by default, since they have not moved yet, yes, they are defending by default.
All right, I'll attack them anyways.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your 48. For a healthy 7.
Is
Okay.
there any level of, in a typical combat, we kind of can like shout something out, but that's not as clear. Can I
No,
state
not
what
really
my unit is
communication.
doing?
I would say people near you can see what your unit's doing, but you guys are hundreds of feet apart,
Okay.
so there's no real communication other than militaristic strategy you would have rehearsed.
Did someone use the Sending Stone?
As an action on their turn. Yeah.
I defend and I pass my turn.
Attack, defend, got it. It is the other big boy unit's turn.
Do something. Do something. You won't.
They're moving over here. 48 coming at you, Rome.
48 coming at me specifically, or the army?
They are your unit. Yeah.
A unit. Okay.
4d8. 17 damage to Rome's
Okay.
unit. And as long as that doesn't reduce you under 75, remember that every 25 they can knock off part of your swarm. But I
Yep.
don't think that'll.
No,
do
I
it
haven't
for here.
taken any damage. I'm at 83 now.
What does
And
that mean
they-
for us?
For,
Does that work for us too? I'm at 74.
No, it's only because of her swarm
Okay.
feature interaction. They will defend. Toby, you're up.
I've been fucking neutered here because I can do jack shit this turn.
Hey, a dash is worth it.
It sure is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hopefully Jiri's unit can see that I'm less injured and can afford to cloak next turn. But that's all I got.
Wait.
That
shoot.
Jiri can cloak next turn.
You're in range of these guys.
I use my action to dash.
Yeah, he dashed as an action.
And I'll bonus action defend.
Defend. Okay.
That's all I can do.
1, 2, 3, 4. Attack for 1d8 plus 4.
What's the range on his attack?
He has to be in melee.
So he's one level above me right now.
On the palisade.
Oh,
His
that's right.
roulette's on the ground.
Oh, that's a great point. Oh, to get around the palisade, so they'll go the other way. They went 1, 2, 3, 4, so they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm really tacking more damage onto myself as I'm doing this, but I'm just, I was just making sure.
They will swoop around you the other way. They will gather up a little bit more momentum. 1d8 plus 6 coming at you.
Roll that 8, baby.
Hell yeah.
That's a 1. For 7, you're defending, so that's 3 damage. And then they will move up 1 and forward 1 to close out their 8. So they're flying above the palisades. Do-ba-da-do. Hey, Spell Rider's turn. They will attack Rome for 1d8. Just 2 damage to your unit, Rome. They will move backwards 1 space.
Oh no. Wait, why?
Bonus action.
Oh, they have their little weird aura thing.
Sorcery. This spot is now blocked, and they will continue to use their last remaining movement 1 space up.
So there's no attack of opportunity when they move away from me.
No, because this is like hundreds of soldiers and groups of dozens of soldiers moving away. So in the context of this warfare effort, no attacks opportunity.
Yeah, makes sense.
They moved this unit. One, 2, 3, 4 up, 5 forward, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Action and bonus action, dashing that unit. Seems to be heading in a direction.
Oh, they're doing reroll. Yada yada yada.
That's their turn. Oh, we got. Oh, you guys stacked yourself together, so now I'm like, whoa, this is weird. All my units are going at once. This squad will move 1 space to the right. Attack Jiri. 1d8. Coming at you, Jiri.
1.
3, reduced to 1 if you're defending. Then they will use their remaining movement to move here and will defend. Then it's big boy turn. This unit will attack Jiri. Actually, they're going to move back 1 before attacking Jiri. And 4d8.
How dare they?
Ooh, good roll. 23 reduced to 11 if you're defending.
Ugh.
And then they will move up 1 and defend.
I'm in danger.
And before it gets back to you guys, your squad's turns, we got a round of trebuchet attacks coming. We'll do 1 at each of you because you guys are kind of nicely spaced now. 1 at Roulette. We'll go Roulette, Jiri, Toby, Telperion. 3 reduced to 1. 3 reduced to 1. 7 reduced to 3. And 5 reduced to 2. You were defending Telperion?
Yeah, is that last one for me?
Yep. Oh, I guess, yeah, I literally overlooked the animals, but maybe they would overlook the animals too, targeting the actual military units. So that'll work.
So 2 to me?
Yep.
Okay.
And now it's functionally Roulette's turn. Slash top of the order, and maybe a good pause point to stop here and finish the back half of this skirmish next time. Cool. Good stuff.
Sweet beans.
There was I had in mind that I wanted to instigate a couple like RP combos and stuff, but I feel like we got a lot more RP in this session than I thought we would, which was very fun.